All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very happy Christmas Eve to you all. Don't know how many people will be joining us today, but I do see at least one other person here. Hopefully, it's somebody who's in the break for one of these two boxes that we're cracking today. I did throw up a number of, obviously, I put up teams for each of the boxes that we'll be breaking today, and not a whole lot of people were very interested. So we actually only have three people in the breaks today, and normally I'd have a sheet with all the teams, but I realized this morning that my printer was out of ink. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with our hockey break, and I don't know why Michael Jordan's on top of the box of 90-91 hockey. We'll move him off to the side there, and we'll see that the one person who bought into this break was Anthony O. Who had purchased the Detroit Red Wings. So we'll get into that probably first here. Everything else will remain the property of Vintage Sports Hut and probably will be up for auction on eBay. So if you see something that you like, take a look at our eBay auctions, vintagesportshut.com. That will be in the description somewhere below or up there or wherever the descriptions go these days on YouTube. We also have a box of 1998 Topps, a rack pack box that we are going to break today. And we have two people who bought into this one. When we move Walter over to the side, I don't have a lot of hockey and baseball bobbleheads, so I need to do something about that. But we have Chris C., who bought in with the Chicago White Sox. And unfortunately, Chris is not yet paid. So we're going to give Chris a little bit of time to get on it and make sure that he gets that taken care of before the first pack opens, because after that, he forfeits his team. And we'd hate to see that happen on Christmas Eve. So we'll give Chris just a little bit more time. But we also have Matthew C., who has bought in with the San Francisco Giants. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. I'm going to move the box of 88 rack box off to the side. We'll move the hockey box to the middle. There we go. Boy, that rack box is heavy. We got a lot of cards to open today, folks. This is not going to be a short break by any stretch of the imagination. But it is something fun to do on Christmas Eve, day before Christmas, right? Having some fun and just opening some vintage wax. I will be very honest. I was not a huge fan of hockey back in the 90s. I do know that there's a number of different Wayne Gretzky cards in this particular set on various teams, which is interesting. I also know we have Red Army cards, I believe, in here as well. And those really aren't a team per se, so we'll see how that all plays out. But let's get cracking, shall we? I'm going to turn on an extra light here and pop open our box. We'll make it look just like we're in a shop. We'll open that up. Now the box looks a little janky. I will admit to that. It looks a little bit messed up, and there's a reason. I purchased this one off of eBay, and back in the early 90s, boxes did not come sealed. They did not come already sealed. So that's why there's no cellophane on it or anything like that. This is the way boxes came back in the early 90s. I've been collecting since 1983. So I've been doing this a while, and I wasn't surprised when the box came unsealed. Now you will see that boxes from like the Baseball Card Exchange, if they have certified it as from a newly opened case, they will wrap it in their own cellophane. But these just don't come that way. So these are all factory sealed wax packs from 1990 with the gum intact and all of that good stuff. Feel free. I see that somebody else is watching. Feel free to jump in on that chat and let me know what you think of the break and share some of your thoughts on these great vintage cards. All right, without further ado, let's get into our 1990 hockey right away here. So each pack is going to contain 14 picture cards, one glossy card, and one stick of bubble gum. I would highly recommend not eating the bubble gum. Anthony, if you want some of the gum, I'll be happy to ship it along with your cards, but you probably aren't going to want the gum. It's vintage as well. So let's get in here. Official Top Sports Collector's Sheet. Apparently, you could buy plastic sheets from Topps back in the day. And it looks like you just had to send in some of your wrappers and shipping and handling and that kind of stuff. So I will be very careful because obviously when you're talking about vintage cards, you want to deal with grading and whatnot. So we see that the gum was in there. Luckily, it wasn't stuck too badly to Paul McDermott, but you will see that on the last pack, that last card in the pack, you're going to see this gum residue, and that's just part of vintage collecting. You will find that in vintage products. I watched Jabs the other day, who has a great channel, opening up a box of 72 tops, and the gum had actually bled through all of the cards. Nasty stuff. So it's a risk opening old cards, and that's why I won't spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a vintage box unless I know that it's going to actually sell and ship. All right, so let's get cracking, shall we? It looks like our first scoring leaders card here is the Canadians, somebody from the Canadians, and some of these do tend to stick together a little bit. And it is Stefan Ricker. We also have a North Stars card, North Stars team card there. Centering looks pretty good on these right off the bat. We've got Randy Lodesser of the Whalers, Roy Bauschman of the Jets. It looks like it's a Jets pack. We've got Bob Asinza. There's a nice Brett Hull. That's a gorgeous card. 1990 highlight card right there. Good centering on the back. Yeah, that's a nice card. We'll put that one off to the side. We've got Dennis Savard. I remember watching Denny play. This is certainly not a rookie card. His rookie season was all the way back in 80-81. This is one of the nice things about the vintage cards. Today, you don't see all the stats on the back of a card. Back then, you got all of your stats. You found out where the player was from. All kinds of interesting stuff. You have 4 game-winning goals in the 89-90 season. Really cool product. And put that one off to the side. Ooh, Cam Neely. That's a good card as well. All-star. Very well centered, sharp corners. This is good stuff. We got the Penguins. Paul Coffey, Steve Deschênes of the Kings, Eero Jarvi of the Nordiques, Peter Sidorkuis, I can't pronounce that one, with the Whalers, Mike Gartner of the Rangers, Mark Johnson of the Devils, and Paul McDermott of the Jets. Pack one down, I think 35 packs to go. It's going to be a long break. All right, next up we have a Jari Curry on the front, and our gum card is unfortunately going to be Pat LaFontaine, and that one's pretty nasty actually. Sometimes you can actually get the wax off of, the gum off of the card, but not often. So this is a top prospect card of Mark Pettersson. I'm sure no relation to Elias Pettersson, especially since it's spelled differently. So apparently these were the rookie cards back then. Our team scoring leader is Joe Nieuwendyk of the Flames. We have Wendell Young of the Penguins. We've got Brian Pup of the Bruins. Doug Gilmour with the Flames. Jacques Agluter of the Blackhawks. Put that off to the side since I am from Chicago. We've got Don Barber of the North Stars. Larry Robinson with the Kings. Pat LaFontaine is our gum card with the Islanders. We've got Jeff Courtnall of the Capitals when the Capitals were not that great. Jim Hurnick card, top prospect there. Got some Maple Leafs team card, Mike Ramsey of the Sabres, Garth Butcher of the Canucks, and Jari Curry, as we saw at the outset, with the Oilers. Next pack. And again, I'm trying to be very careful opening these up. I want to make sure we're respecting our corners. Oh, that one stuck pretty good. We got a Kurt Giles gum card, defenseman for the North Stars, right there. We'll just put that one off to the side. Sometimes if you freeze, if the gum is really stuck to the back of a vintage card, and you put it in the freezer for a little bit, it will actually just fall right off, which is good. All right. See if we can find some Red Wings here for Anthony. All right, we have Dino Ciccarelli of the Capitals. We've got another North Stars team card. We have a Randy Lideker Whalers card. Pack seems eerily familiar. Mike Fitzpatrick of the Islanders. Timo Numminen of the Jets. Another nice Brett Hull. Another nice Michael Goulet. Dave Capano of the Canucks, Jeff Smith of the Oilers, Derek King of the Islanders, Doug Bodger of the Sabres. There's a nice one. Oh, there we go. There's the great one right there. Right there. Beautifully centered. Huh, gorgeous card. That one's going to go to PSA for sure. Topps All-Star. And that's the nice thing about Pack Fresh cards from way back when. You know they haven't been sitting in a cardboard shoebox for a long time. Second team NHL All-Star, June 6, 1990, Toronto, Ontario. Gretzky was named to the 89-90 NHL second team All-Stars today. This is the 11th time that Wayne has been selected to the All-Star team. Absolutely gorgeous card. Need to get that in a sleeve right away. And we'll do this as we find good cards. We'll sleeve them up. Certainly for anybody who buys into a break, we'll sleeve up your cards immediately and get them ready for shipping. Now, I do have a policy that anybody who buys into a break, if they don't get 5 players from their team, they will get some additional players to get them up to that 5 number from their team from my personal collection. All right, we've got Stefan Richter of the Canadiens and Darren Turcotte of the Rangers. Off to a pretty good start, some decent Blackhawks. We've got a Gretzky, got one great one already. And there's a Mike Modano, and I think that may be his rookie card. Not 100% sure. Gum just fell off the back there. Gord Murphy. And we'll flip these around. We've got Mike Lawler of the Blues. There's our first Red Wing for Anthony. Let's light the fire lamp. I mean, after all, it is Mark Habshed, but we can light the fire lamp because we've got our first hit for somebody who bought into the break. So we'll light that fire lamp and keep the fire coming for Anthony, we hope. All right. Hopefully we get a bunch of great Red Wings cards for Anthony. Now, I will ship in team bags. The best cards from the team that you buy into, of course, will come in top loaders. Top loaders are a hot commodity right now, but everything will be nicely packaged and your cards will arrive safely. All right, we've got Barry Petterson of the Penguins, Stefan Lemieux of the Canadiens, David Reed of the Maple Leafs. With a Flames card, Paul Ranheim. Flyers card, Gordon Murphy. We've got a Buffalo Sabres team scoring leader of Pierre Turgeon. Alan Crow of the Islanders. Rick Vave of the Sabres. Aaron Breton of the North Stars. Another Sabres card, Pierre Turgeon. Jean Vandersbroek of the Rangers. Nice Sabres team card there. And the North Stars, Mike Modano. And I still don't know if that's his rookie card or not. I think that's his second year card. Yep. All right, let's keep the heat going here. On the back, we've got another Red Wing. Daniel Shank. We'll look at the front of that in just a few minutes. Our gum card is Bob Zettler, defenseman for Minnesota. And that fell right off there. Top prospect. Don't know how much of a top prospect he was because I've never heard of him before. All righty. We're flipping cards all over the place. For our scoring team, we've got Dale Hawerchuk of the Jets. We've got a Capitals card, Carol Johansson. Another Pierre Turgeon. We've got a bunch of those so far. There's a New Jersey Devils team card. We've got Steve Casper of the Kings, Rick Touche of the Flyers, Mike Hartman of the Sabres. There's another Red Wings Daniel Shank that we saw right off the top. I think that's a second-year card for Daniel Shank, right winger for the Red Wings. The nice thing about these cards is that they have a great white border on them, so you know immediately how well centered they are. That one looks a little off, a little wider on the left than on the right, and a little wider on the bottom than on the top. So a little centering issue in there, but nothing to be too concerned about. Brian Skridland of the Canadiens, Mike Vernon of the Flames. Oh, there's a good team card of the Red Wings. Got another one for Anthony. Anthony, I hope you're watching. I hope you're enjoying the break and seeing that you're getting some great cards here. That one is actually very well centered, suitable for grading. And the nice thing about these is they look very good in a PSA slab because of the red borders, of course. All right, we've got Eddie Olczyk of the Maple Leafs. We've got Brad McCrimmon of the Flames and Pittsburgh Penguins team card. And in case you're wondering why we have the Hulk over here, the Hulk likes to bust things, and we're busting laughs. So I figured we put him out there. Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. All right, looks like we got another one of those Brett Hull like Father like Son cards. These seem to be popping out all over the place. We've got a Paul Fenton as our gum card. Randy Budrich, left winger for the Bruins. Mark Howe for the Flyers. Benoit Hoig of the Sabres. Edmonton Oilers card there. Got a Devils card, Sean Burke, goalie card. Jim Sadlenk of the Canucks. Paul Fenton of the Jets. We've got a Quebec Nordiques team card, as well as a Mark Messier, team scoring leaders with the Oilers there. I always was a big fan of Messier. Pete Peters with the Flyers. There's a nice Brett Hull with the Blues, although it's got some kind of, I don't know if you can see that, it's got some kind of like glue almost stuck to the card that makes it look like he's just not having a good day. Poor Brett Hull. We'll see if we can get that cleaned up, because that's a nice card, although it is very much off-centered, top to bottom there. A lot later on, a lot thinner on the top than on the bottom, and maybe a little left to right off as well. Another Red Wings team card. We're getting closer to that 5, and we're not even halfway through the box. So you're doing very good here, Anthony O. All righty, slide that in there. Pat Enlick there with the Jets. Shane Corson of the Canadiens, and another Brett Hull highlight card. I've been doing these kind of vintage breaks for a while back in the fall and early winter and spring, but my internet was just garbage, and so I've upgraded to gig speed, and I think the stream is going to work a lot better this way. All right, Randy Gregg is our gum card. We'll see that in just a few minutes. We've got Ulf Dahlen of the North Stars, Robert Semeta of the Bruins, Tommy Albine of the Devils. We've got another Daniel Berthomé of the North Stars, Mike Tomlick, left winger for the Whalers. We got a Glenn Hanlon card for Anthony O and the Red Wings. There does seem to be a little bit of an indentation right there on the card, but otherwise looks pretty good. Looks pretty solid. Good centering on that, sharp corners. Obviously, Hanlon was a vet at that point, very steady under pressure. Shots against 1,159 in the 89-90 season. So there you go, Anthony. Another Red Wing for your collection. Randy Gregg of the Oilers. We have a Dino Ciccarelli. We got some fire coming. No, not really fire. You're not going to find fire in a box of 90-91 tops, but there's a Dino Ciccarelli of the Capitals, and our team scoring leader is a great one, Wayne Gretzky in his Kings uni. Let's get that sleeved up. That centering also looks fantastic. That will go off to PSA, and I'll see the great one in about a year at this rate, because PSA is so backed up. We've got Darren Shannon of the Sabres, Dale Hunter of the Capitals, Gino Cavallini of the Blues, Dave Alette of the Jets, Russ Courtnall of the Canadiens, and Kelly Hurdy of the Kings. Now, try not to make each box go any more than an hour, because I'm sure we have somebody in the wings waiting on the box of 88 tops as well, and that's going to take some time to rip too. Unfortunately, our gum card in this case is a third-year Joe Sakic. That is very unfortunate because it's nicely centered, and I don't think any amount of cleaning is going to do anything for the back of that card. Mike Modano again, but we'll flip him back around here. We've got John Gornick of the Rangers, Patrick Flatley of the Islanders, Jeff Jackson of the Nordiques. We got a Kings team card, Sean Chambers of the North Stars, Keith Brown of the Blackhawks, Mike Modano again here of the North Stars, Mark Osborne of the Maple Leafs, Pele Eklund of the Flyers, Doug Brown of the Devils, Barry Pedersen of the Penguins. Oh, there is a great card. Mario Lemieux, Penguins uni, I am a huge fan of Lemieux. Huge fan of Lemieux. I think I like Lemieux more than I do Gretzky. And centering is a little off, unfortunately. A little wider on the left, a little wider on the bottom. But a gorgeous card nonetheless. And that goes into my PC because nobody bought the Penguins. All right, Brendan Shanahan and Sylvain Turgeon in the Devils uni. They're in their Christmas attire with their green shorts. Those green shorts drive me crazy. All right, next up, our gum card is the Quebec Nordiques team card, it looks like. Let's see what else we have in this box. I see another winger. I see another Red Wing for Anthony. Kirk Mueller, scoring leaders there for the Devils. We've got a Gerard Gallant of the Red Wings. Gerard Gallant. I don't know if that's his second one or not, possibly. Might be a dupe. Croatian back then was not the greatest in the world. We've got a Rob Murphy with the Canucks, Gary Roberts of the Flames. Oops. Doug Wilson All-Star card with the Blackhawks, John Cullen of the Penguins, Todd Ellick of the Kings, Nordiques team card, Rob Brown of the Penguins, Mike Krushelensky of the Kings, Mike Lewitt of the Capitals, Paul Gillis of the Nordiques, Troy Mallet of the Rangers. We got a Flyers team card there, and our Tom Barrasso with the Penguins. I'm going to try and pick up the pace just a little bit. We're 21 minutes in and only gotten through about a quarter of a box. So I'm going to try and pick it up just a little bit, maybe not read off every card, especially things that we've seen a couple of times. We've got Andy Moog, unfortunately, the gun card, because I liked Andy Moog a lot. I thought he was a great goalie. Let's see here. For our team card, we have another Messier with the Oilers. We have a Shane Corson of the Canadiens, Bruce Driver of the Devils, Dana Merzen of the Flames, Tony McKinney of the Nordiques, Brian Benning of the Kings, Stéphane Fazette of the Nordiques, a Whalers team card, Randy Carlyle of the Jets, Grant Fuhr. I love Grant Fuhr. That's a great card. Nice Oilers card, well centered. Probably not going to send that to PSA because it's way too deep into his career and it's a little off center actually. Top to bottom. The left to right seems pretty solid, but that'll go in the PC. We've got a Luke Robitaille. I believe he was with the Kings at that point. Lindy Ruff of the Rangers, Alan Kerr of the Islanders, and Roger Johansson of the Flames. I'm not sure if I've got a bot watching the break or if there's somebody actually there. If you are somebody, please hop in the chat. Keep me company. All right, we have for our gum card Curtis Leishinen, the Quebec Nordiques. Our team scoring leader is Joe Sakic. Dave Gagner of the North Stars, Steve Duchesne of the Kings. There's another Red Winger, Joe Kukur. Another one for Anthony. Anthony just gone over a quarter. That's 6 cards for you already. And we're not even a quarter of the way through the box. Maybe a quarter of the way. Peter Klima of the Oilers. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Stevie Y. Stevie Y. Well-centered Stevie Y, too. Look at that. There's a little bit of a... whatever that is up at the top there. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit of an impression. I don't know if that's going to come off or not. Oh, that's unfortunate because that is a gorgeous Stevie Y. All right. Well, kept that lamp on fire there for Anthony O. All righty. Mark Johnson of the Devils. Dave Tippett of the Whalers. Doug Smale with the Jets. Mario Maurice of the Nordiques. Look at the way that O and that I are dropping off on the typeset there. That's weird. Dan Quinn of the Canucks. Craig Cooks of the Canucks. Ron Hextall of the Flyers, Hughie McDonough of the Islanders, and Curtis Leishinen of the Nordiques. We'll keep moving through the box here. Hope everybody's having a nice holiday season. I'm kind of alone this year, so I wanted to have something to do. I appreciate people buying into the break. I wish more people had. It makes it more fun. But maybe people will see this one and buy into the next one. Kevin Stevens of the Penguins, Mark Jansen of the Rangers, Trent Yawney of the Blackhawks, Paul Reinhart of the Canucks, Jeff Brown with the Blues, Kirk Mueller with the Devils, Daniel Maurice of the Leafs, another Kings scoring leaders card. That's probably going to be the great one. And there's another Gretzky. We've got Greg Howgood with the Bruins. Let's get Gretzky nice and sleeved up there. Another well-centered card. Don't know if that one will go to PSA or not. Don't like to send two of the same card off the PSA, just because it gives them something to compare against, and one might not come back as good as the other. Mike Maphee of the Canadiens, Murray Craven of the Flyers. Oh my goodness. Woo! Double rain. Unfortunately, the centering isn't great. Top to bottom, you can see the bottom is definitely thicker. A little bit left to right as well, a little bit larger on the left side, but still nice Kings Gretzky there. Got a little excited about that one. I almost knocked over my water. All right, Yvonne Corvo of the Whalers, Tim Crow of the Flyers, and Gary Lehman of the Maple Leafs. Yeah. All right. Our gun card, unfortunately, is Al MacInnis, first team NHL All-Star. Boy, I'm not sure which team MacInnis was on at that point. I'll have to look that up. I don't think that's a, it's got yellow on it, so that's definitely not that might be a Flames. I'll look that up just to make sure. Don't want to shortchange Anthony on a Red Wings card, but I don't think he was playing for the Red Wings at that point. All right, our scoring leader card is going to be Pat LaFontaine. Maple Leafs, Wendell Clark. Flyers, Craig Fisher. Steve Thomas of the Blackhawks. Al Freight of the Maple Leafs. Martin Jelinas of the Oilers. Oh, wow. I forgot Cujo had his rookie year this year, and we just pulled him. Awesome. Top prospect, Curtis Joseph. That is fire right there, and I get to keep that one. Well-centered. Oh, wow. That is fantastic. Very cool. All right, that one will go off to PSA as well. Nice Cujo. All right, Babasina of the Jets. A nice Mark Messier All-Star card there. Bennett Hoig of the Sabres. Chris Terreri of the Devils. Yari Curry, highlights card. Canucks Jim Sadlak, and Devils Yanni Ojani. We're starting to get a little thick on our side pile here. I'm going to clean this up. Give me just a minute, and we'll keep ripping the wax. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, wait, there's no one here. And it's just me talking to myself, ripping wax. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm having fun and enjoying myself. I've spent the last 4 days tearing down 40-year-old wallpaper and painting as a Christmas gift to my family. Hopefully they appreciate the hard work that went into it. But I'm having fun ripping some wax before going and cleaning the disaster that I created when taking down wallpaper. If you've never taken down 40-year-old wallpaper, I highly encourage it. It is tons of fun, and the glue is insane. I mean, you would think that glue would dry up and not be viable after 40 years, but oh no, the glue is very strong. So unfortunately, I have a lot of cleanup to do, and this is giving me an opportunity for a quick break before I get back to that. We're a half an hour into our break, and we're not even halfway through this box. I am going to try and pick up the pace a little bit more, maybe not read every name off. I know that drives some people crazy. Maybe we'll just look for the Red Wings cards and stop big players moving forward. Because I know that there are people who are going to want to see the 88 rack pack box break baseball. All right. Our gun card is Andy Moon again. Darn it. And our team leaders card is Kirk Mueller of the Devils. Got another nice defensive man here for Andy. Mike O'Connell of the Red Wings. Might have a whole team set here by the end, Andy. We'll have to see. We got a Caps, Kevin Hatcham. We'll just kind of start flying through these a little bit because we're starting to see some duplication. That's kind of a cool card. Michael Pivonka of the Capitals. Cam Neely All-Star. That one's a little wonky. It feels bent almost. Kind of weird. Still worth putting aside there. Marty McSorley with the Kings. Nothing too exciting in that pack. All right, let's see if we can get it down to a minute a pack here and start really ripping through this one. All right, unfortunately, Darren Pupa is the gum card, another goalie with the Sabres there. Flip it over. Our scoring leaders is the Canucks, and it is Paul Reinhart. Vladimir Zika of the Oilers, top prospect. Paul Yesser-Barrett, I don't even know how to pronounce that, with the Devils there, top prospect. Alexei. Not the Alexei we want. The Alexei that we want is in 2021 right now. Another Red Wing. Excuse me, Dave Barr. Right winger with the Red Wings. Anthony O, absolutely killing it. Greg Adams with the Canucks. There's a Jeff Reese, top prospect of the Maple Leafs, and a Jeff Brown with the Blues. Our gum card in our next pack is Christian Rutu of the Sabres, and our scoring leader card here, these kind of stick together because they have a little bit of a glossy surface, is Steve Larmer again with the Blackhawks. Steve Larmer. Let's see here. Don't want to miss any cards as we're starting to pick up the pace. Whoops, there goes the gum off of Christian. And there goes some cards. And you see what happens here with those? You see how the gum actually starts to bleed through? That's why those cards were kind of stuck together. Because the gum actually bled through. So be careful when you're buying old boxes. Don't spend too much money on them if you plan to rip. Let's see. Oh, there's Lee Norwood with the Red Wings. Double Red Wings pack for Anthony. In case you're wondering, this is a relatively cheap break. Some of my breaks are more expensive, but a box of 90-91 hockey isn't that expensive. So I think it was $1.99 for Anthony to get into this one. Most teams were somewhere between 99 cents and $4.99, depending on the players that you could pull. So Scott Mobley of the Flyers. And a Paul Coffey, their all-star card. I think we're getting it down to about 2 minutes a pack. Our gum card is Mike Keane. Our scoring leader is the Flyers. And that would be, come on, Rick Tosche. I should know that by now. I've seen enough of him in this box. Let's see. Tony Granato. Kerry Wilson. A couple of names I recognize. There's a nice Luke Robitaille. A Dean Papanan gum card. Steve Tuttle. And a nice Greg Millen goalie for the Blackhawks. I grew up playing hockey on the pond behind the house, but never got to a professional game until this last year. And it was a lot of fun going down to the United Center and seeing the Blackhawks play. Christian Rutu of the Sabres is our gum card. Our scoring leaders is the Canadiens. And another Stefan Richter. Oh, another great one. Another great one. Still a little bit off center. I don't know if it was just this particular box or card itself was off center that year. I'm going to have to look into that. Keep moving here. Capitals, Lehman Capitals. All right, nothing too exciting in that pack. Very common pack, except for the great one. Great one certainly made it great. Okay, gum card is unfortunately Larry Robinson. Actually, we have I think a stick card of Larry's somewhere. I think it was out of this year's Ingrained. Oh, hockey checklist. Haven't seen one of those yet. Couple of Jets. Oh, goodness gracious. A very well-centered crowning glory card. Los Angeles News. The great one. Wayne Gretzky. Again, very well-centered. These actually PSA quite nicely and sell okay. They're not crazy because this is the beginning of the junk wax era and this stuff was way overproduced. Let's see here. Oh, double Gretzky pack. Holy cannolis, what is going on? Awesome. And the next card is a Mo Mantha with the Jets. I wonder if that's Anthony Mantha's father, cousin, uncle? Ooh, nice Mike Richter. Well centered. Second year, I do believe. Not sure if that's his rookie or not. I'm not sure. I don't think it's his rookie year. Even though it doesn't say top prospect on it, it shows his first year stats. And I can never remember if that's the rookie card or not. I'm so glad that Top started putting RC on cards to make it more identifiable. But that is a nice looking card. A little off center. I think it's a little bit wider on the right, maybe a little bit wider on the bottom. But that's a gorgeous card. That might be worth PSAing. And I'm going to see if that's his rookie or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to see real quick because I need to get to the bottom of that. Just going to look something up. Talk amongst yourselves. I believe his rookie season was 90-91. So this is his rookie card. I was right. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, and that is card 330. Just wondering what those are PSAing and selling for. Probably not much. It's not a high-end card by any stretch of the imagination. OPT may have actually been a little bit better on it. And right now, there's no PSAs on it. But that'll be one I'll have to look up and see if it's worth PSAing. All right. Nice Jocelyn Lemieux. Wrong Lemieux. There with the Blackhawks. Dan Paus with the Leafs and the Flames. Our gum card is John McLean of the Devils. And it seems to be stuck to Joe Cirella of the Nordiques. Got another Red Wing coming up here. Got a Penguins scoring leaders. That is probably Lemieux, and it is worth sleeving, of course. Well-centered Lemieux. Big fan of Lemieux. My best card in my hockey collection is probably my Gretzky Lemieux. Double jersey of each. So quad jersey and autographed, numbered to 5. It's a gorgeous card. That one stays in the vault. Okay, let's keep going here. There's another Red Wing, a center. I don't think we've gotten a Jimmy Carson yet for Anthony. So there you go, Anthony. A Jimmy Carson for you. Doing great. Doing great. All right, Suter with the Flames. And keep going here as quick as we can so we get to that rock box. Our gum card is Mark Fortner of the Nordiques. Our scoring leader card is the Flyers, and I should know it by now, but of course I don't. Rick Tosche. We've got another Gretzky card coming up, I think. There's the Flyers. Yep. There's another Gretzky returns home. Edmonton Times. Very nice Oilers card. So we got both of the paper cards. Again, a little off center. Top is thinner than the bottom. Nicely centered left to right, though. Let's keep going. Flames, Canadians, Canucks, Blues, Pettit, Smith, nice Bennett, and Featherstone. Okay. Definitely halfway through the box now, maybe a little past halfway. gum card is Kelly Miller with capitals, unfortunately, because that's a nice looking card. Alrighty, we've got our first scoring leader, Detroit Red Wing for Anthony. And it didn't stick to anything, and it's Stevie Wahai. Very nice. That's a sharp-looking card. Look at the centering on that. It's not too bad. So maybe a little off on the right, but very sharp. Surface looks good. No problems there. Nice-looking card. Made the right choice buying into the Red Wings in this box. Awesome. Setter with the Islanders. Oh, my goodness. These are just popping. Another Indianapolis Press. That was when he was with the Indianapolis Racers, believe it or not. I had no idea who the Racers were. I had to look that one up. All right, Jim Johnson, when I was creating the teams, it actually had the teams on there. Nice Cam Neely with the Bruins. Newendike with the Flames. Top prospect goalie there, Jim Waite with the Blackhawks. Keep going. And Bob Murray with the Blackhawks. All right, Anthony, if I happen to miss a Red Wing, don't worry. I will go back through the scrap heap here and make sure I don't miss anything. And unfortunately, that's Greg Gilbert is our gum card with the Hawks there. Got a Boston Bruins scoring leader of Cam Neely. Nice looking card. That one goes off to the side for me. Let's see. There's another Lemieux. Is that worth even sleeving? It's a way off center, but we'll sleeve it and look at it later under a loop. Bullard, McLean, Bozak, Carpenter, Brynmore. Second year card? Yeah, Brynmore second year card. Skriko. Ooh, that's interesting. Yevs Racine, defenseman for the Red Wings. Haven't seen that one yet. That's well centered too. Not sure what kind of a career Yevs had there, but hopefully a good one for Anthony. Dave Sundergaard, Low, Beauregard. Oh my goodness, these things are just popping out. Gotta love it. Goodness gracious. Well centered. I might go off to PSA. Got the whole collection here. I have to send the whole thing to PSA and see what they come back as. 3 of those as 10s might be a nice pop. Hope you're enjoying the break. Try to make it a little bit of fun. Got Dirk Graham, gum. We try to have some fun here on Vintage Sports Hut. We got a Kings scoring leader. Another great one. Oh my goodness, so many great ones coming out of this box. So many. Somebody should have bought into the Kings. That's unfortunate that you didn't, because the Kings, I think, were only like $3, and you probably would have hit at least 5 or 6 Gretzkys at this point. Alrighty. Housley, Rudy, Checklist, Curvers, McGinley, Blues. There's an Andy Moog, well centered. Thank you. No gum on that one. Woohoo! Sabres team card, Ukrup, Sabres, Lafleur, Nordiques, Trottier, highlights, Brian Bellows, All-Star. I actually have a triple stick of his out of that same box of ingrained. Very cool. And a Dirk Graham with the Blackhawks. All right. Something like 10, 12 packs left. We'll be done with this box in an hour, and then we'll move on to our 88 rack box. I'll take probably a 5-minute break just to clean up in between, and then we'll move forward. Unfortunately, our gum card is a Red Wing. It is Glenn Hanlon. I'll still sleeve that up for you, Anthony. Oop, where's the... What the? There we go. The gum isn't too bad. You might be able to get some of that off. All righty. Next up, we have our team scoring leader of another ring, Steve Yzerman, another Red Wing. Very nice. Get a sleeve out. I'm going to run out of sleeves here just for Anthony. This is crazy. Anthony is killing it. Killing it. Merry Christmas, Anthony, if you celebrate Christmas, or Happy Holidays if you don't. Kevin Dineen, Checklist, Kometa, Rangers team card, Broughton, Whitmore, Ranheem, and there's another Racine. righty. Another nice Cam Neely. Oh, a Shabbat. Look at all these Red Wings coming out of here. Whew. Granato and Ron Francis. Nice Hall of Famer. And at the top of the next pack, Ron Francis. Great Croatian back in the 90s, let me tell you. Paul McDermott, a gum card. We've got a Canucks scoring leaders, which is Reinhardt, Christian, Norton, Rendu, Sidoric, Gartner, Johnson, McDermott, Sheehy, Peters. Oh, nice Patrick. Wow. Gorgeous. One of my favorite goalies. Next to Cujo, Patrick Waugh is probably my second favorite goalie. Loved it. Loved watching him play. Watching him tend the goal. Alrighty. Olson, Ilinic, Shaw, and another Francis, as we saw when we opened the pack. I think we've got 8 left. Maybe 9 after this one. Our gum card is Joey Herdina. I think people like watching hockey breaks just to watch the breaker slaughter names. Dino Ciccarelli of the Capitals there. Zettler, Driver, another nice Neely. Probably worth leaving. I think we're looking for Chelios, and we haven't seen a Chelios yet. McSorley, Benning, Broughton, Carboneo, Dale Hunter, Carson. Oh, another Red Wing. See, almost slipped past me, but I caught it. I caught it, Anthony. It's all good. All right, Flames. Fleury, Flames, Jets card. Another Brian Bellows, Jeff Smith. Another Paul Reinhardt with the Canucks. There's our gum card. Team scoring leaders is a Blues card, and that is Brett Hull. Maybe worth sleeving. I'm just going to put it to the side for now. But I do need a sleeve because our next card is a Joe Cooker. Whew. I think you hit about 15 to 20 cards for $1.99. Not bad. Ah, there's a Roenick. Nice Roenick right there. Eklund, Sutter, Tippett, Mater, Bruce, Leonov, McTavish, Janney, Crossman, Lowry, Checklist, Reinhardt. We are down to our last 8 packs. We are going to make the hour break, I think. Rob Ramaged by the gum. Or damaged by the gum, depending on how you look at it. All right, our scoring leader is Gary Lehman of the Leafs. We've got a McLean, Linesman. Oh my gosh, these just keep popping. I love it. I absolutely love it. Because even raw, these are going to fetch between $1 and $3 a card, and I just dinged that corner. Baruch, Muniso, Wesley, Renage, Samuelson, Turgeon, McInnes, Ranford, Kartner, Larner of the Hawks, and Thomas of the Hawks. Nice thing is sometimes when you ding a card from the 90s, you can kind of bend them back into place real easy. Creighton is unfortunately our gum card. Nice center there for the Hawks. Of course, many years into his career, so not the end of the world that he's got gum all over him. Flames card. Our scoring leader is Neuendijk. Not bad. There's a nice Messier All-Star. A little off-center again. You can see the centering. Left side is thicker than the right. Top is thicker than the bottom. Still warrants a sleeve because in 10, 20 years, who knows what that card will be worth. It'll sit in storage for a while, and all of a sudden the 90-91 set will be hot, and people will be buying it. So that is why we collect vintage cards, because you never know when something's going to get hot. I mean, the stuff from the 90s is even starting to pick up. Fetisov, Richter, Curry, Anderson, Ojenin, Linden, Scrudland, another Patrick Waugh. Just because I sleeved the other one, I kind of have to do this one. Krutov, another Olchuk, Shaw, McLean. Our gum card is Larry Murphy of the North Stars. Our scoring leader card is hiding. Also the North Stars, and it is Brian Bellows. There's our now Brett Hull, nicely centered All-Star card. We're going to have to sleeve that. Hatcher, Sundstrom. Ooh, wow. It's the first time we've seen that card. It's way off center. Probably 80-20 left to right there, but definitely worth sleeving. Lefebvre, Tonelli, Checklist, Murray, Lemelin, Mogoni, Blues, and Rindau. Another Momantha. Got a Capitals team card in there. Let's see who our scoring leader is. It's the Whalers. So Ron Francis. Ray Bork All-Star. That's a nice looking card. I think that's the first time we've seen that one. Put that aside. Not worth sleeving, but put it aside. Bernie Nichols. Sheehy. Canucks team card. Nice Brett Hull. Unfortunately, way out center. Not worth sleeving. Olison. Beers. Why am I putting those in the keep pile? Leach. Canadians. Lafleur. Kodulski. Horhov. And Capitals. Oh, I lied. We got 4 left. We'll make the hour for a box. That's not too bad. 36 packs in an hour. I'll take that all day long. Our gum card is going to be Rob Ramage with the damage. Our scoring leader is the Quebec Nordiques, Joe Sakic. Let's see. Hervnik, Nyland, Stauber, Butcher, Curry, Anderson, Islanders team card, McLean, Linesman, another Gretzky, and I think the I mentioned the Red Army cards at the outset. I think the Red Army cards were in the year before, so I may have been mistaken in showing that at the beginning, but it wouldn't matter because we don't have a Red Stars team, so to speak. Bupri, Mumiso, Wesley, and the Ramage gum card. Last 3, everyone. So our gum card was Paul Reinhart of the Canucks. Our scoring leaders card is Jean Ogurnik of the Rangers. And we've got a King, a Boger, a Fedosov, Oilers, team card, Turcotte, 3rd-year card there, Anderson Whalers, Courtnall Oilers, or Capitals, Laranov Canucks, McTavish Oilers, Craig Janney Bruins, Grossman Islanders, or Crossman Islanders, Lowry Blues, and a checklist. Oh, good. Our Blackhawks team card isn't the gum card. Yay! That's a nice looking card. That looked good PSA'd. Even though it's off center, I think I will get that PSA just for having that red border on it. Our gum card, though, is Greg Gilbert of the Hawks. Our scoring leaders card is Chargeron with the Sabres there. Another Racine for Anthony O. Snuggerud of the Sabres low. Bruford, oh my goodness, these just keep popping. It's awesome because even your buck a piece, I've made my money back on the box just in the Gretzky cards that have come out of it. All right, Sanderson, Leach, top prospect, Cavallini, Tikkanen, Courtnall, Hurdy, and another Brian Bellows. And our last pack. Let's see if we can get something wild out of here, huh? I don't think anything wild is coming out of 90-91 hockey, but what are you going to do? Our gum card is the Islanders. Our scoring leaders card is Ron Francis of the Nordiques, or I'm sorry, the Whalers. We've got a Stansky. We've got a Gerard Gallant of the Red Wings. Anthony O, absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. And let's see if I can avoid crushing that card. Nicely centered, too. Awesome. Stauber, Marsh, Franchetti, Cullen of the Penguins, Al McInnes, Nyland, Ramsey, Roberts, Doug Wilson, All-Star, Oilers Anderson there, and Bernie Nichols rounds us out. What a hot mess I've got to clean up here, guys. Give me just a minute or two to kind of get these wax packs out of the way. Anthony O, if you want any of the wax packaging or the gum, let me know. I will get that in your shipment. And we'll take a look at what all you got in just a moment here. But give me a minute to get this cleaned up. I've got wax everywhere. Tons of gum. So much wax. And for those of you who are new to the hobby and just started collecting, maybe you're a young man or a young lady who just got into card collecting, the reason that we call it ripping wax is because these were actually packages made with wax paper. The packaging was wax paper, and then there was glue that would seal the package shut. Now, you do want to be careful with these because it is possible for people to buy a box, sort through them, pull what they want, and then reseal them. So you got to make sure that the glue is intact before you start cracking anything open. It's dangerous sometimes to do that on eBay, but with a box like 91, hockey, if somebody wanted to sort through it and nail us, then okay, have at it. But I would never buy a box of 72 tops off of eBay or someplace like that, because you never know who's been through it, who's looked at it, what's been taken out, and so you want to be very careful with things like that. I do recommend companies like Baseball Card Exchange. They're probably the leader in vintage boxes. They certify that it's come from a fresh case. It'll stay right on the bottom of the box, and it'll be shrink wrapped in their own shrink wrap. What's going on there? So it's a good place to buy vintage from. But again, there is risk involved. As I said, Jabs the other day on his channel broke a box of, I think it was 72. I keep going back to that, but it was definitely a gum product, and it was gummed up, and it was like a $3,000 box, and people bought into it, and I don't know what happened with that. I hope Jab's got some kind of courtesy from Baseball Card Exchange, but it's a risky hobby. You're not always going to find exactly pristine cards. So if you want to buy pristine cards, there are places you can do that. You can certainly buy off of eBay graded packages, and that's going to cost you a pretty penny. And then you have to crack the graded package and open up the card, and it's a risk because you never know what you're going to get out of those cards. There are sites out there like Vintage Breaks. Not my site, not here at Vintage Sports Hut, but Vintage Breaks will do packs of cards from going back to the 50s, and you buy a spot. You buy one spot in one pack sometimes, and that one spot can cost you $10, $15, $20. And you're hoping for something great, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you get nothing. Sometimes you get really skunked and end up with, I don't know, a Mike Ridley, the Capitals, when you really wanted a Wayne Gretzky, But what are you going to do? It's the way that the market is today, with prices being as crazy as they are. It is starting to lean towards breakers. And that breaks my heart because I've been collecting since I was a little kid. I bought my first pack of cards in the grocery store. It was a cello pack. I remember it quite clearly. It was a repack, actually. And, it had guaranteed value. You know how they get the kids these days. Well, they did the same thing back in the 80s. Guaranteed value. You're guaranteed to break even on the value of the cards. And right on the top was something from like 1962, and I had to have it. And it just started from there and moved forward. But I've been doing this for a very long time, and it used to be a couple of dollars at most to buy a couple of packs of cards, and now it's a couple $100 to buy a couple of packs of cards, and that's insane. And I think, unfortunately, that has a lot to do with the breaker mentality that's going on right now. It's a different time in the hobby where people are chasing big money cards, the Zion Williamsons, the John Morants, and I'm not without fault. I do it too. But it's something that is kind of hurting the hobby because it's gotten away from the average kid being able to go out and buy a couple packs of cards. You can't find retail right now because everybody's grabbing it up and selling it for double what it's worth. And that's not right. That's not fair to the kids. That's not fair to the hobby. It's supposed to be about camaraderie and fellowship, and we don't have that anymore, which is very unfortunate. All right, so I've kind of got this mess sorted out to the side. And as you can see here, I have a mess over here to the left. And that's all of Anthony's cards and things that I put aside for my personal collection or to be sent off to PSA for grading. And we'll do a quick break recap here in just a minute once I get that sorted out. Over to the right, I have all my stacks of base. So much base, no trouble. Couldn't resist the joke, but it's there. All right. So just about an hour to get through one 36-pack box. It'll probably take about that long, if not a little longer, to get through baseball. Let's see here. So we've got the Gretzky, the Crowning Glory Gretzky there. Let's see what else we've got. I put all my Blackhawks aside, put the Hull aside, the Bork, Messier. Let's see, Brett Hull, Waugh, more Hawks. A couple more of those Edmonton Times cards with Gretzky, Roenick, Hull, Neely, Waugh, another Gretzky, Crowning Glory Gretzky, Lemieux. Goodness gracious, so much heat from a 90-91 box. Another number one Gretzky there, Oilers Gretzky, Lemieux, Richter, Gretzky. Like I said, just getting through the Gretzkys in this box probably paid for it. Shipping may have been a little bit much. I don't remember what shipping was. I think I got the box for $10-15, and then shipping was on top of that. Neely, Joseph, and I think that is his rookie card. Thomas, another Gretzky, Fuhr, Messier, Wilson, Lemieux, Modano. I think that's Modano's rookie card, but I'm not 100% sure. Another Gretzky, another Modano. There's our Brett Hull blowing snot that I've got to figure out what to do with. Gorgeous. That's going to PSA, no doubt. No doubt. Centering is perfect on that. Awesome card going in. I'll see that sometime next year because they're so backed up. But those are kind of the cards that I put aside. For Anthony O, we have got a ton, and I do mean a ton, of Red Wings cards here. And these will all be nicely packaged in a top loader, or not in a top loader, in team bags, and top loaders for some of the better ones, such as how'd that get in there? You don't get Patrick Waugh. I get to keep Patrick Waugh. Whoops. They get slippery, but that's why we put them in there. Probably the Stevie Y will get top loaded. What else we got in there? Another Stevie Y, and then I'll just pad those in. Probably one of the Red Wings team cards. I'll make sure that those get nice and secured. Not everything is going to get top loaded. Obviously, we can't do that. It's way too expensive these days, and there's short supply. All right, inside of the box. Back in the day, there were actually cards that were on the bottom of the box. They're not worth anything. They're usually pretty beat up. It looks like I've got maybe a Gretzky on the back. Maybe. Yes, I do. Alrighty, so there's a Gretzky on the back of that, a Paul Coffey, Moglini, and a John Casey. But as you can see, it's not worth the Gretzky's all bent up. It's not worth anything, really. Not worth even sending off to PSA or anything like that, trying to cut and press and clean. It's just not worth it. But it will stay in my personal collection because it is a Gretzky box bottom. And here comes the heavy one. Here comes the 88 rack box. I'm going to step away for just a minute, clear my throat, maybe have some gum. I'm kidding. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. I just need a quick break to give my voice a chance to settle here, and we'll get ripping into 88 tops. Looking for some big hits out of there. That stuff has been fire lately. PSA graded stuff of people you wouldn't even think are going to come back and sell well. It's just a great set to grade through PSA. So I'm happy that Matthew C. bought in on the Giants. Probably looking for Matt Williams rookies in there. Not sure what Chris C. is doing with the Chicago White Sox or if he even paid yet. But we'll see if he got in there and paid. I'm guessing no. Yeah, I'm not seeing that he is paid. So unfortunately, that means that Chris will probably end up forfeiting his team. We'll see what happened there. Sometimes if it's a valid excuse as to why it wasn't paid, I'll cut some slack, especially during the holidays. But it looks like he is not yet paid, and that's an issue. All righty. I will be back in just one moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to get into our 1988 Rock Pack break of baseball cards, top sports picture cards. This is how they came back in the day, not cello wrapped or anything like that. These probably were sent to grocery stores, is my best guess. And so obviously a grocery store didn't need to make sure that it was a brand new product. But this box, I believe came from Dave and Adams. So we should be good here. Got a bunch of cello ready to rip open. And I think what I'll do is I'll just stop on players that I enjoyed watching growing up, because I would have been 88. I probably would have been in 8th grade at that time. And I was a big old Cubs fan. So I'll be a little crazy over any Sandbergs that come out of here. All right, we got our cellos out, our empty box. Close that so that you can still see our logo up there. And I forgot, I actually have this rack up here for when we hit stuff for our folks who came into the break. So let's go ahead and get some of our Red Wings up there for Anthony so he can stare at those and dream about getting them in the mail. And they will come in the mail as soon as I can get to the post office. Obviously, they're going to be closed tomorrow, and I probably won't have a chance to package today. But let's get some. Let's put a Stevie Y up there for you, and we'll put up going Hamlin, goalie. Let's see, who else should we put up there? We got Stevie Y up there already. We'll put the other Stevie Y right there. There we go. What else we got? We got a Hamlin. We got team cards. And that'll do it. That's enough. So enough Red Wing love up there, especially for a Blackhawks fan. But let's just do a quick recap for Anthony. He got obviously the cards that I just put up there, but also Habsheed, left winger, Kakura, right winger, Gallant, left winger, Yevs Racine, defenseman, Carson center, Shabbat center, another Racine, another Stevie Y, another Carson, Norwood defenseman, Dave Barr right winger, Mike McConnell defenseman, another Kakura. I think we already said Gallant, but just in case, left winger, Hanlon, we already mentioned, team card, and a Daniel Schenk right winger. So for $1.99, Anthony O picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 cards from the Red Wings out of a vintage box. So not bad. Hopefully, seeing this is going to make more people want to get in on some of these breaks that I do here on Vintage Sports Hub. All right, without further ado, let's get ripping into these cello packs. Sometimes people will buy a cello pack based on what you see on the front. So we've got a Strawberry, we've got a Raphael Belliard, and we've got a Kevin Gross. Nothing too exciting there, maybe the Strawberry. On the back, we've got Ken Oberkfell, Andy Allenson, and a checklist. Nothing great there, for sure. But sometimes people will say these. I mean, 85 rack pack with McGuire showing on it, it's going to go for over $150. I mean, just knowing that there's a possibility of a Jim McGuire in there that sells for well over $1,000, it makes it worth it. So let's see here. For our Giants, we're probably looking for Matthew C here. We're probably looking for, like I said before, Williams. I think it's in this. I think this was Matt Williams rookie year. The Will Clark is really nice out of this set. That thing is selling like crazy if it comes out graded nicely. Probably looking for maybe a Dave Henderson. There's like Giants leaders card in there that includes Clark. Ali Hammaker, which was one of my favorite players growing up. Chili Davis is in here too. Good. Dave Dravecki. Nice. So we'll be looking for some really nice cards for Matthew. And for the Chicago White Sox, in case Chris eventually pays here or has a valid excuse as to why he didn't pay in time. Let's see here. Oh, not what I wanted. Go back. Click back. Sold. And waiting for payment. That's not what I wanted. So for the White Sox, we're looking for Harold Baines, of course, Ron Karkovic, Ivan Calderon, Carlton Fisk. Ken Williams rookie is in here. Ozzie Guillen. That's probably about it. There's some big names in here that we're definitely going to be watching for. Trying to think of who was on the Braves. That's the big rookie out of this. When I see it, I'll know it, and I will yell and scream because that's the one that we want to obviously send it to PSA. All right, to rip open the cello packs, we are going to use Sting. This is a gift I got for Father's Day or my birthday or something many moons ago. This is usually how I would open a new box that is cello wrapped. But we'll use it to crack the cello at the top and very carefully peel everything apart. And we'll go from there. Let's get ripping, shall we? So each of these cello packs is kind of individually wrapped. And the first time through, we will go ahead and slow roll it so that you actually see what comes out of this set. It's a set that doesn't get a whole ton of love because it is 1988. It's the beginning of the junk wax era, and it's a very basic plain top set. But the nice thing about it, similar to the 90-91 hockey, is the way that the borders are. So it's very clear whether or not you have a well-centered card. Today's cards, you can't tell if you've got a well-centered card for the most part. I mean, if I pull up let's see here, here's a mosaic, right? A mosaic basketball card. How do you know that that's well-centered? How do you know that that is? I mean, maybe you measured the lines here and see if one line is longer than the other. Luckily, with some things like Prism from this year, you can count the dots and kind of tell, but it's hard to tell if you've got a well-centered card or not. Surface issues, obviously, you can tell. You can always look at corners. You can, all that kind of stuff. But it's hard to tell with today's cards whether you have a well-centered card. Whereas when you look at Kevin Gross of the Phillies from 1988, you know immediately if that's well-centered or not, right? All right, so we're looking for White Sox. We're looking for Giants. There might be Giants. There might be Sox. I'm looking for Cubs and Braves and probably, I want to say it's Astros that Nolan was on. I'm looking for that Ryan Nolan myself, personally. All right, so we've got Kevin Gross, Brian Downing with the Angels, John Kruk with the Padres. Might be considered his rookie. Not 100% sure there. I think it is. We've got a Todd Frowert of the Phillies, Alan Davis of the Mariners, Danny Gladden of the Twins, Mike Scott of the Astros, Jeff Robinson, looking for Barry Bonds in here as well, second-year card, I believe, Juan Benitez, Joe Carter of the Indians, Joe Johnson of the Blue Jays, Jim Morrison of the Tigers, Mickey Hatcher of the Dodgers, the checklist, Rafael Belliard of the Pirates, Jeff Montgomery of the Reds, Lloyd Mosby of the Blue Jays, Charlie O'Brien of the Brewers, Bobby Thompson of the Giants, Ken LeDrew of the Dodgers, Mookie Wilson of the Mets, Tim Burstis of the A's, not the A's we're looking for. We're hoping to find the Bash brothers in here of McGuire and, I cannot think of his name, Canseco. Ron Oyster of the Reds, Mickey Tittleton of the Athletics, Keith Miller of the Mets, Carmen Castillo of the Indians, Todd Berenger of the Red Sox, and Andy Allenson of the Indians. Darryl Strawberry All-Star card, that will go into my PC collection over there. Richard Dotson of the White Sox. There's our first card for Chris, who has yet to pay. Again, if you don't get 5 cards from your team, you will get padding until you get 5 cards from your team from my personal collection. Athletics Jay Howell, Huey Brooks Expos, Bob McClure Expos, Dave Smith Astros, Andy McGaffin Expos, Matt Noakes of the Tigers, Greg Brock of the Brewers, Dave Meads of the Astros, Chris Bozio of the Brewers, the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Boy, it was fun going to Wrigley and watching the Hawk play. With the Cubs, that goes in my PC. Eddie Murray of the Orioles, Neil Heaton of the Expos, Juan Castillo again of the Brewers, and Ken Oberkfell of the Braves. I'm going to try and do a little better job this time around of making sure I don't end up with stacks and stacks and stacks of cards. All right, next solo. We got a lot of them to crack. See a nice Ripken on the front. Normally I won't rip this pack just because there is that Ripken All-Star on the very front. On the back we have a Tom Hinkie, a Bob Kipper, and a Brooke Jacoby. And again, if I happen to miss a card from a specific team, worry not. If you see me fly past one of your cards, don't worry. I go through these meticulously before I mail out and make sure that you get everything that was in the break that you are entitled to. All righty, second of our solo packs. John Shelby of the Dodgers, Jose Aquino of the Cardinals, nice Rick Sutcliffe of the Cubs. I used to see him on the expressway for some reason. We were passing in his car all the time. Gene Garber of the Royals, Dave Engel of the Expos, Sam Horn of the Red Sox, Keith Hughes of the Phillies, Lonnie Smith. Wow. haven't seen him in a very, very long time. That, I believe, is Ozzie Smith's brother. And Ozzie, of course, being a great Cardinal. He played with the Cardinals with Ozzie at one point before being traded to the Royals in '85 was his first season with the Royals. But awesome card right there. As you can see on the back of these cards, the Pirates aim and strike here. There's always fun little stats. And he collected 116 hits with 13 doubles and 16 home runs and led Texas League with 11 triples in 1982 season. And then this way to the clubhouse. He was traded by the Cardinals to the Pirates with Mike Dunn and Mike Levy out for Tony Pena on April 1st of 1987. So back in the day, they would give you all kinds of information on the cards. The stats were there. Today, you look at the back of a card and you might not even see stats. It's some blurb about the player and not much else. So it was fun to collect cards way back when, and it wasn't about the money. It was about collecting and loving the hobby. All right, we've got Tim Loudner of the Twins, Tom Brunansky of the Twins, Darnell Coles with the Pirates, Frank White with the Royals, Brooke Jacoby of the Indians, Bill Pecota of the Royals, Dave Concepcion. I don't know why. Dave Concepcion always looked old to me. Maybe it's because I was, 12, 13 years old when watching him play. But his rookie season wasn't 70, so he was pretty much towards the end of his career at this point. Born in 48, so that would make him today 72-ish, something like that. Davidson with the Twins. He may not be with us anymore. I don't know. I don't know enough about my history of baseball. Acker with the Braves. Queer with the Brewers. Witt with the Angels. Les Lancaster. Don't remember him very much with the Cubs, but that'll obviously go in the PC. Mike Valliere of the Pirates. Jimmy Key, All-Star. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Technically not his rookie card because his rookie card was 87, but this is his All-Star Cup card of Mark McGwire. Off center, unfortunately. Again, you can tell. A very thick border on the left, very thin border on the right, a little thick on the top, a little thin on the bottom. But with these cards, you're actually able to see what's what. All right. So actually, it's a third-year card. That's interesting. Third-year card. So why do they have you can see it right there. It says All-Star Rookie. Come on, focus. Come on. Focus. Just too much background there. There we go. All-Star Rookie right there. And clearly not his rookie season. Maybe it was his rookie All-Star? Maybe. Okay. Anyway, we got Yankees. Cerrone there. Indians Butler. Reds McGriff. Dodgers Young. Pirates Kipper. There's our Cal Ripken All-Star. Nice card. Cannonetti. Watching Ripken play, obviously, the Iron Man. Whew. Cannonetti Indians. Dickie Knowles Cubs. Andres Galarraga Expos. Lee Elia, who was the Cubs manager back in '84 when they made a run at the pennant. Tony Fernandez, Blue Jays. Jeff Reed Expos. Barry Larkin. Not a bad-looking Larkin card there. Probably third year, yeah. With the Reds. Kurt Stiller with the Reds. Ken Gerhardt of the Orioles. Jim Gartner of the Brewers. Spike Owen of the Red Sox. Dwayne Brees of the Angels. Steve Buechele of the Rangers. And Steve Lyons of the White Sox. Again, unpaid player mojo there, as they say over at live box breaks. And Tom Hinkie, which we saw on the back of the pack when we first opened it. Still haven't gotten anything from Matthew C. yet. Haven't seen any Giants cards popping, but that's okay. There's plenty left to rip. I'm not too concerned. Not too concerned at all. Next up, we've got Rick Leach on the back, along with Chuck Jackson and George Hendricks. And I would prefer to use scissors when doing this, but I don't have my baseball scissors. I got my basketball scissors, and I really don't want to open baseball packs with a basketball pair of scissors. So we're just going to stick with Sting. Sting brings us some luck. hopefully starts bringing us some Giants for Matthew. Matthew, if you're out there and watching, fantastic. I hope you're enjoying the holidays. I hope anybody who watches this video is having a good holiday season and is able to enjoy some time with family, because that's really what this time of the year is all about. It's been a rough year for us, and I think COVID has really accelerated the hobby, made people yearn for sports and get connected through sports cards. And I think that's what's ignited some of the craze, along, of course, with Gary Vee going out and saying, sports cards are going to make you millions of dollars, which is not true. All right, so we've got George Bell there, all-star card with the Blue Jays. We got Bando with the Indians, Gossage with the Padres, Foley with the Expos, Barrett with the Red Sox, Lee with the Blue Jays, Bell with the Orioles, Braggs with the Brewers, Mitch with our Wild Thing Williams with the Rangers. He played for the Cubs for a while. Probably his third year, yeah. Caminetti, that's a rookie. I do believe that is one of the rookies that we're looking for. Very well centered. Yes, it is his rookie card. Unfortunately, it does have, I don't know if you can see that right there, a little, I don't know if there's a print line. Probably won't come back a 10 because of that, but the centering on that is absolutely beautiful. Certainly worth a sleeve. Don't remember watching Caminetti play very much. I do remember this next guy. I was actually, my second favorite team growing up was the Brewers. And that's because they were right up the road. They played in Milwaukee, obviously. And I got to see the Brew Crew play a couple of times, including Paul Molitor. And why can't I think of his name right now? I'm sure we'll find him in here and I'll remember at that point. Young with the Athletics. Hubbard with the Braves. Gutterman with the Mariners. Law with the Expos. He played for the Sox for a while. Leach with the Blue Jays. Tom Nito with the Twins. Dave Palmer with the Braves. Pankovitz with the Astros. Billy Long with the Sox. Casco with the Angels. Parker with the Reds. Wow. I'd forgotten that Parker played with the Reds. I always remember him as a Pirate. Interesting. Cool. I met Dave Parker at a signing, and at that time I was creating like my own custom cards, and I had two of them for him to sign, and he asked to keep one. It was very cool. Hart of the Orioles, Show of the Padres, Ford of the Cardinals, Nieves of the Brewers, Truman of the Royals, Clark of the Indians, Whitey Herzog with the Cardinals. That's a nice card there. Jackson with the Astros, Flannery with the Padres, Welch with the Dodgers, another checklist. Yankees, Dave Righetti, another White Sox, and there's our first Giant card. Awesome, Rick Ruschel. Well centered there too. Rick, I believe, played with the Cubs. Yeah, back in '83, '84. He was a pitcher with the Cubs. And actually, before that, I forgot about his first trip around Wrigley from 72 to 81, and that's because I was not a Cubs fan yet. I got on the bandwagon probably in about 84 when they made that run for the pennant, and got all excited about baseball. But very cool there. Congratulations, Matthew. Very nice, well-centered Rick Ruschel. Obviously, threw deep down into his career, but still a nice card nonetheless. We've got our Yankees leaders, and that looks like it is Randolph and Righetti, I do believe. No, that can't be Randolph and Righetti. I'm not sure who that is on the front of that card. At any rate, it looks like Winfield. This looks like Winfield. I have no idea who that is. But it's got to be Randolph. I don't know why it looks like Winfield to me. All right, Tim Stoddard of the Yankees, Craig Reynolds of the Stros, Jefferson of the Padres, Jeltz of the Phillies, Eckersley, one of my favorite pitchers of all time, sidearm, absolutely fun to watch him pitch. I have some of his jersey stuff, which is very nice. Got out of focus there for a little bit. Apologize for that. Dodgers leaders, my first card. This was my first card. Fernando Valenzuela. His 1982 card was the first card that I purchased, and I was enamored because his ERA was 0 across the board on that card. Very cool. So that's our Dodgers leaders there. And it looks like interesting. Very interesting. So Fernando is somewhere near the bottom of the list for complete games with 12 there. So it's not always going to be the top person on the card who's going to be our leader for the team. Let's put Eck aside, and we got George Hendrick of the Angels. Next pack. And let's take a look at some of our packaging here. Each Topps Rack pack contains one card from the series. Collect your full set of 22, and those are the All-Star commemorative set cards. A set of 22 glossy photo quality cards depicting the starting lineups and managers of the American and National League teams. So you do get one of those per pack. Each pack does contain 43 cards, and we're starting to plow through those now. Okay. We get our last one here. So we've got a Royster on the back, a Polidor on the back, and another Andre Dawson. Another Hawk card. Come on now. Trying to be very careful with the cello. Our All-Star card is going to be Terry Kennedy. Again, just a fun little rip. It didn't cost too much to get into this break. I'm surprised more people didn't. I'm a little disappointed that more people didn't. But I'm a new breaker, and selling vintage cards through a break may be confusing to some people because they're not chasing the big names. But this is just a fun way to spend some time with your peers and enjoy the hobby. So we've got Palacios with the Pirates, Ase with the Orioles, Williams with the Indians, Gardner with the Dodgers, Hoffman with the Reds. We got a Mets teams leader, Gary Carter there, who was with the Expos for a very long time. Not sure who that is. Like what's coming up next. Yeah, I'm not sure who this guy is over here. Might be Dykstra? Maybe. Anyway, we've got a Bonds Bonilla Pirates leaders card. Well centered, sharp corners, and very happy with that one, actually. Very happy with that one. That's a cool card. Bonds, unfortunately, probably never going to get out of the steroid era drama. Because you look at that. Look at how thin Bonds' face. I don't know if I can focus in on that. Yeah, look how thin Bonds' face is there. And then look at him 10 years down the road. You can't tell me he wasn't juicing. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately reality as well. Hopefully there are no cards in that from our folks who bought in, because I just dropped them. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, Greg Gross of the Phillies, Spire of the Giants. There's another Giant there, and that one didn't get dropped. So there's another one for you there, Matthew. Austin Mocker of the Braves. I think that's his rookie card as well. Might be a second-year card. Polonia of the Athletics. Bolton of the Red Sox. Morris of the Cardinals. Ciardi of the Brewers. Don't remember him. Lions with the Mets. Another Giant, Spillman. Jerry Murphy with the Cubs. I don't remember Jerry at all. Wes Gardner of the Red Sox. Rob Booker of the Cardinals. Jerry Harrison going down there for Chris, if he ever pays. Lanesford of the Athletics. Polidor of the Angels. There's our Terry Kennedy All-Star card, as I mentioned. Dwayne Busey, Angels. Bouchel of the Rangers. Another White Sox card. Andre Dawson with the Cubs, as we said earlier. Hankey with the Jays. Another White Sox card. Jay Hull with the A's. Brooks of the Expos. McClure of the Expos. Smith with the Astros. McGaffigan with the Expos. Noakes of the Tigers. Noakes had so much promise. I don't remember what happened with his career, to be honest with you, but he had so much promise coming out and just seemed to fade away. Brock, maybe it's because he was with the Tigers, who knows. Brock with the Brewers, Meads with the Astros, and Bozio with the Brewers there as well. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. every rack pack. I'm going to try and clean it up because 43 cards and 43 cards and 43 cards starts to add up very quickly, and you end up with somewhat of a mess. Oh, I put these aside. I apologize. Not trying to cheat anybody out of anything. These were left in that pack as well. When we hit something that I sleeved up, I put these aside. Kevin Elster, Future Stars. Jim Rice turned back the clock of the Red Sox. Dave LaPointe of the White Sox. Twins, Randy Bush. Let me tell you a story about Randy Bush. Back in the day, Bracket magazine would have custom card contests. And Randy Bush was very often in those custom card contests, dressed in camouflage, hiding behind bushes. Very funny stuff. Pedro Guerrero with the Dodgers, Orioles, Ballard, and Yankees, Royster. Apologize for that I had set those down on the side. Didn't mean to do that. I try very hard to open everything on camera, so that there's no question about whether I am, breaking and hiding something. Not that I have anything to hide from my 1988 set. I'm all about the hobby and honesty and integrity. So, you know, I would never do that, and I do apologize that I did set those few cards down to the side. Still haven't seen our big cards yet that we're looking for to send off to PSA. That Ryan is going to be right up there as one of the top ones, along with that player from Atlanta that I can't remember the name of. All right, our next rack pack has Johnson as our all-star, Pankovitz and Ken Gelosi on the front. And then we have Jamie Moyer, Mike Marshall, and Scott Bankhead on the back. And why am I showing you the front and the back of the rack pack? Well, because I obviously am setting it down to the side, and you'll see that those cards are going to come out in the orders that was stated. All right, so we've got our Johnson as the all-star right off the top, Smithson of the Twins, Lineman of the Cardinals, Suroff of the Brewers, Snyder of the Indians, Bradley with the Mariners, O'Brien with the Rangers, Bass with. There's another one that we had fun with making custom cards. Kevin Bass, making him into a fish. Eichhorn with the Blue Jays, Terrell with the Tigers, Bud Black. Bud Black had a card in 1984 with Vita Blue. It was the black and blue card. Oh, wait, it was 83. I'm sorry. 83 Fleer. It was the black and blue card. It was so awesome. It was a dual card that you had to put together to create. Very cool. Cardinals, Terry Pendleton, and Yankees, Pasqua. Stubbs, Dodgers. McGregor, Orioles, and a Jamie Moyer with the Cubs. We've got Penkovitz with the Astros, Bales with the Indians, Kiefer with the Brewers, Powell with the Reds, Dave Winfield. It was Dave Winfield on that card. I knew it. With the Yankees there. Ortiz of the Pirates, Ward of the Blue Jays, Hall of the Indians, Joey Meyer with the Brewers. I remember that name. Deion James, one of my favorite players of all time, Wade Boggs. This was the year I started really heavily collecting. So I was in the Boggs and the Sandberg and the Gwynn Chase in '83. Butch Weingart with the Angels. Dodgers, Mike Marshall. Pirates, John Congolosi. Jim Rice, towards the end of his career with the Red Sox. Bobby Dernier, the Deer, with the Cubs there. Jim Wynn with the White Sox. Ron Darling with the Mets. Ruben Sierra with the Rangers. His rookie season was, I believe, I want to say it was possibly this year. Possibly. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have to look that up. Hold on while I do that. Ruben Sierra. Rookie season. So Sierra's rookie season would have been 87. So this will be a second-year card there. A little bit different than the hockey cards where they put the stats from the year before on the rookie card. Sheets, Orioles, Flanagan, Blue Jays. Reddy with the Padres. Hugh with the Rangers. Got Kerfield with the Astros, Ken Williams, I believe that is a rookie, with the White Sox, and Bankhead there with the Mariners. Cleaning up that stack and moving on to the next rack pack. This rip is going to take a little bit more time because there are a lot more cards. All right, our next cello is Saberhagen on the front with Hamilton and Trammell. On the back, we've got Spiko and Pat Clements and our San Diego Padres leaders. And just because I'm getting really tired of trying to poke a hole in things, I'm going to start ripping with the basketball scissors. All right, as I said, Saberhagen was right on the top there. Hayes with the Phillies. Francona with the Reds. Benny Santiago with the Padres. I don't believe that's his rookie. I believe he had a rookie the year before, but that is a nice-looking card. I'm going to put that one aside. Dedman with the Sox. Red Sox. Cananetti with the Indians. Oopsie. Dickie Knowles. Come on, focus there on Knowles. Dickie Knowles with the Cubs. Galarraga with the Expos. Another Elia manager card. Fernandez with the Blue Jays. Reed with the Expos. Larkin with the Reds. God, he was young then. You know, it's like a third-year card, too. Stillwell with the Reds. Gerhardt with the Orioles. Ganter with the Brewers. Owen with the Red Sox. Hamilton with the Dodgers. Fielder, young Cecil Fielder with the Blue Jays. Bell with the Indians. Pasilla with the Reds. There's a giant Joe Price for you. Dennis Boyd with the Red Sox. Skinner with the Yankees. Piniella with the Yankees. Tanner with the Braves. Landon with the Reds. Peralta with the Rangers. Win with the Padres. Lucas with the Angels. Andahar with the Athletics. Pat Clement with the Yankees. Trammell All-Star with the Tigers. Honeycutt with the Athletics. Lloyd with the Rangers. There's a White Sox, nice White Sox card there. Now I'm kind of glad that he didn't buy into the break because that White Sox card is Harold Baines and Carlton Fisk, two of my absolute favorite players in the history of the game. Right there. Very nice. All right, cool. We'll see if Chris pays or not. If he doesn't, okay, I've got some nice cards there. Brian Fisher with the Pirates, Lopes with the Astros, Cruz with the Dodgers, Tawiski with the Cubs, McNamara with the Red Sox, a Giants leaders card. There you go. There you go. We're coming in on that 5-card guarantee from Matthew. Very nice Giants leaders card there. Tolivo with the Phillies, Williamson with the Orioles, Gonzalez with the Orioles, and a Padres leaders card. And I either lost my bot, or I lost a viewer. Maybe it was maybe my viewer was the person who bought into the Red Wings for the hockey break and just got sick and tired of watching baseball players fly by on the screen. All right. All right. So next up, we've got Gary Carter All-Star, Mike Girardi, and Al Leiter on the front. Al Leiter, future star. Mike Schmidt, Keith Comstock, and Steve Trout on the back. So that letter looks real nice. Doesn't have any real issues with it. I thought maybe there was a flaw on the left side, but not 100% perfectly centered, but maybe we're sending in the PSA. We'll see. Mausch at the Angels, Ansberg at the Yankees, Frazier with the Twins, Mariners leaders there, Benny Santiago All-Star, Kadaret with the Angels, Don Baylor with the Twins, Rasmussen with the Reds, Bova with the Braves, Brewers leaders there. Ron Schultz. Record Breakers McGuire. There we go. That is a nice looking card. Well centered. We're sending into PSA. Certainly under the value grading. Don't want to send it in, with a $200 grading. It's not going to come back as a 10. It might have a little slight imperfection in that top corner, unfortunately. Have to inspect that a little bit more closely before we add that to a bulk submission. Trout with the Yankees. Oops. Ciardi with the Brewers. Lions with the Mets. Spillman with the Giants. There's another one for you. I think we hit our 5. Mumphrey with the Cubs. Gardner with the Red Sox. Booker with the Cardinals. Another Jerry Hairston for the Sox there. Carney Langsford with the Athletics. Gus Polidor with the Angels. Pagnozzi with the Cardinals. Dalton with the Phillies. Carrera with the Rangers. Boston with the White Sox. Little weird residue on that one. That was kind of weird. Ozzie Virgil with the Braves. Comstock with the Padres. There's our Gary Carter All-Star. Bo Diaz with the Reds. Craig Nettles of the Braves. Hurst with the Red Sox. Mullen with the Cubs. Jody Davis. Jody. I remember chanting his name at Wrigley. Look at all the empty seats. Harris with the Rangers. Vera with the Mariners. Russell with the Phillies. Young with the Orioles. Grubb with the Tigers. Upshaw with the Blue Jays. William with the Orioles. Joyner with the Angels. I think that's a third-year card. Newman with the Twins. And there's a nice-looking Mike Schmidt. Look at that. What a tough guy. Tough baseball player. Rookie year was 72. Wow. That is crazy. So he was already 15 years? No. 16 years into his career in 88. That's nuts. Schmitty. Love it. That's going into the PC. It's not worth anything, but it's worth something to my memories, right? All right, clean up that stack, and we'll get into our next rack pack. Unfortunately, we do have a rest in peace at the very top of Kirby Puckett. Oh, so sad. So sad that Kirby isn't with us anymore. Huge player. Spent his entire career with the Twins. All-time leader for the Twins in hits, runs, and total bases. And just a tragic ending to the story for Kirby Puckett. I'm lucky enough to have some of Kirby's autograph cards, and before he passed, he signed a lot of cards for different products, and I was lucky enough to pull a couple of them. So sad. Rest in peace, Kirby. Put that in the PC for sure. Bruce Sutter with the Braves, man, I remember him with the Cardinals as well as with the Cubs, and I was so angry to find out that he had gotten traded to the Cardinals because I was such a Cubs fan, and it would have been nice to have him in the bullpen. Nolte with the Padres, Tigers leaders there. Bobby Witt Sr. I don't know if he's in relation to the Bobby Witt Jr. that was chasing these days, possibly. Jim got there with the Pirates. Moore with the Mariners. Expos leaders. And that is, it looks like Hawk, but it's not, because Hawk was with the Cubs at that point. Henry Rangers. Gibzeka Royals. Brantley Mariners. Gordon Indians. Pirates Pedrick. All-Star Cup card there. Indians leaders, All-Star, National All-Star Andre Dawson. Pinella with his, I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but with his World Championship ring, his World Series ring there, just kind of telling us all what's what. Nice card there. I might even go into the PC. Tanner with the manager card there for the Braves. Lundgren with the Reds. Petrali with the Rangers. Wynn with the Padres. Lucas with the Angels. Andahar with the Athletics. Clements with the Yankees. Gross with the Phillies. Spire with the Giants. There we go. Austin Monker with the Braves. Athletics, Polonia. Bolton with the Red Sox. Morris with the Cardinals. There's our all-star George Bell. Rick Shue with the Phillies. Willie Randolph. That's who was in that Topps Leaders car, was Willie Randolph with the Yankees. Jim Clancy with the Blue Jays. Phil Bradley with the Mariners. Tukulov with the Phillies. Evans with the Tigers. Fabian with the Orioles. Howard Johnson. I always thought Hojo owned a chain of hotels because there was the hotel chain of Hojo, and that was his nickname. We've got Jimmy Williams, manager for the Blue Jays. Cardinals, William McGee. I loved William McGee. I don't know why, because he was a Cardinal, but I did. I thought he was awesome. John Christensen of the Mariners. Gibson, nice-looking Gibson there. Look at that. Well-centered. Obviously, that is deep into his career because his rookie season was probably 79, but still a nice card. Worth putting aside and inspecting more closely. Jose Cruz of the Astros, Kevin McReynolds of the Mets, and Mike Heath of the Tigers. One of the nice things about the cello packs, excuse my arm, one of the nice things about cello packs is that there's no gum. So there's no worry about the gum stains and everything else. Good chance of pulling a nice rookie. I've got a gift for myself for Christmas for tomorrow. I've got a cello pack of 83 Fleer, which was my first love when it came to baseball cards. And then after that, I got into vintage, like truly vintage, and started collecting the 62 Topps series. I still haven't completed it. I don't care about condition. It's just my favorite set. I don't know why, but I think it's just the wood borders of it. And it's hard to find them in good condition, so it's not even worth trying to chase. But my very first card that I bought at a card show was a manager's dream of Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays. And it's the part of my collection. And I've got some really nice cards. I've got Jordan memorabilia autographed, Michael Jordan. I've got all kinds of good stuff, but I've got a Gretzky auto. But my favorite piece is honestly that Mantle Mays from 1962. All right, Cubs leaders here. Might be, I'm not sure who that is. Is that Sean Dunston? I can't tell. It might be Sean Dunston, but wait. It doesn't make sense because he wasn't a leader. And I'm not even sure when Sean Dunston's rookie year was, so I might be just talking to talk at the moment. Wilkerson with the Mariners there. Ashby with the Astros. Stone with the Phillies. Yeah, there's Sean Dunston. I was right. Memory serves me greatly. Greatly. There you go. Sean Dunston. Nice. Is that his rookie? Might be. Well, it's hard to tell because Dunston came up and down a lot. So 84, he was with Iowa. Then he came up to the bigs in 85, back down to Iowa. 86 and 87 with the Cubs, and then back down to Iowa. So who knows what card this is, but still very cool to see Sean there in his Cubs uni. Although that probably was taken, based on what I'm looking at, that's a farm league picture. So that probably is a minor league ballpark that he's standing in. Dave Henderson with the Giants. I'd forgotten Dave Henderson played with the Giants. I'm so used to seeing him in a Mariners uniform. Phillies leaders. Nixon with the Mariners. Hesketh with the Expos. Willie Randolph again there with the Yankees, just in case I do forget who he is. Jones with the Pirates. Knepper with the Astros. Leaders there. Mahorkic with the Rangers. Liriano with the Blue Jays. Matthews with the Cardinals. Finley with the Angels. Yankees, Sakata, whatever. Randy Myers with the Mets. Ed Hearn, Blue Jays. Floyd Bannister, or excuse me, not Blue Jays, Royals. Floyd Bannister, Sox. White Sox. Ted Simmons. Wow. That is so awesome. I think I have his 72 card with the Cardinals. And there he is towards the end of his career with the Braves. I didn't even know he had played with the Braves. These are things you don't remember until you look at cards and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Brewers, Manning, Padres, Cora, Nelson with the Athletics, Cecil Cooper with the Brewers, Davis with the Royals, Browning with the Reds, Fergosi. Wow, we're gonna have the whole set, and unfortunately, he didn't pay for his break. And them's the breaks, folks. Skinner with the Yankees, Johnson with the All-Star card there for the Mets, Whitson with the Padres, Doran with the Astros, Leonard for the Giants, Lee Smith, who I consider a traitor because he was traded to the Cardinals. He should have spent his entire career with the Cubs. My favorite reliever of all times, Lee Smith, but no longer a Cub, and so no longer part of my heart. Ricky Horton with the Cardinals, Straker with the Twins, Gruber with the Blue Jays. Almost skip one there. Wallen with the Astros. Nice Saberhagen. Manny Trio with the Cubs. That's who was on that leaders card. Morris with the Tigers. Tom Hart with the Cardinals. Incaviglia with the Rangers. I can't say that one. Jimmy Key with the Blue Jays, and Presley with the Mariners. Haven't seen a lot of big names yet. I'm wondering where they're at. They're hiding in these solo packs somewhere. We're going to see them. I have hope. I have hope that we're going to see some of the big names, the Ryans, the Bonds. I think we saw it later already. Let's see here. What was the? It was a rookie. It's going to drive me crazy. I've got to look it up. So give me just a second. 1988. Yeah, come on. Tops. Rookie. Cards. Of course, everything from 88, most of the valuable stuff was in the traded set. But there are certainly a number of good cards that are in the regular set as well. Let's see if I can find it. Might be Glavin that I'm looking for. Yeah, it's Glavin. That's what I was thinking of. Tom Glavin. All right. We've got a nice Mike Schmidt All-Star card there. Dwight Gooden and a Phillies Wally Ritchie. We've got a Dave Martinez on the back for the Cubs, Eddie Milner, and a Ross Jones. We're about halfway through this box. For those of you who are watching, I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you leave a like and subscribe because we will be doing a lot more of these in the near future. I lost the one bot and or viewer who was with me through most of the hockey break and part of the baseball break. And I don't know if it was a real person or a bot. Sometimes bots pop in and want to pay a visit. Robots are people too. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Okay. So we've got a Ritchie with the Phillies, Moore with the Angels, Madigan with the Mets, Phelps with the Mariners. And it's centered. It's well centered. Oh my God. That's the one that I've been waiting on. If that comes back a 10, and it might, because it's well centered. That is well centered, top and bottom, left and right. Let's look at the back. Please don't have any print marks. Oh, one little blob right there that might hurt it. Might hurt it. That one little thing could very possibly keep this from being a PSA 10. And that would be unfortunate because why won't it focus? Focus! You're too close to the camera, maybe? I'm not good at this yet. And I do technology for a living. This is not my main gig. Oh, well, whatever. That one little spot on the back of the car may keep it from being a 10. But in a 10, this is currently selling for 1988, guys and gals. 1988. This is currently selling for $80. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. So let's make sure that gets in there nice and secure. We'll have to look at that a little bit more carefully. Unfortunately, like I say, it's got that little smudge on the back that could hurt its value. Okay, just making sure that we're still live. All right, cool. Because when I have two people, I know that we're definitely live, but when we only have the one, it's hard to know for sure. And I apologize for the background noise there. Mute that. Cool. All right. I don't know where we left off. So there's Phelps, Madigan, Moore. I think we looked at those already, and I got excited by the Ryan. So we got Freeman with the Pirates, Boone with the Angels, Hall with the Braves, Stanley with the Red Sox, Hinzo with the Indians, Russell with the Rangers, Royals leaders. Is that Saberhagen and Brett, maybe? I think that's Brett. Hard to tell. No, not Saberhagen. What am I saying? Not sure who that was. Blyleven with the Twins, Frank with the Reds, and Jones with the Royals. Nice Gooden. A little off on the left side. They're a little thicker than on the right, but still worth taking a look at. Nice Jim Sundberg. I believe he was a catcher for the Cubs. Yep. And Dan Petry with the Tigers. Santana with the Mets. Wegman with the Brewers. Ron Karkovic with the White Sox. Bob Walk with the Pirates. Take a walk, Bob. Roenke with the Phillies. Schroeder with the Brewers. Oh, I thought we had it there for a second. I thought we had the big one, the Glavine, but it's Ed Owen with the Braves. Nunez with the Mariners. Williams with the Reds. Another White Sox, Bobby Thigpen. Leland with the Pirates. Milner with the Giants. The Schmidt All-Star card. Parrott with the Expos. Oops, sorry about that. I put the Milner in my base pile, but like I say, I always catch those things, so no big deal. We got you back there. We got you back there. Making sure Matthew is taken care of. We've got Schiraldi with the Red Sox, and that's an interesting card because that looks like it's like from 1952 with that background, but it's not. We've got Schramm with the Indians. Oh, wow. Wow. Matthew, light the fire, my friend, because that Will Clark is so well centered. Let's take a look at the back. I would highly recommend sending this to PSA and getting this one graded. If the back is clean, I would recommend sending this one to PSA and getting it graded. Will Clark cards are going up in value, and especially graded PSA, even though this is not, I don't believe it's his rookie card. It may be a second year card, but the fact that it is perfect, man. Look at the back of that. That is clean. I don't want to touch this too much. I want to get this in a sleeve right now. Wow, clean, clean, clean. You chose the right team, my friend, because that Will Clark is going to be worth something. Now, when you're looking at value for Topps cards and you're looking at eBay sales, you want to make sure that the eBay sales, and I'm trying very hard not to ding any corners here for you, my friend. There we go, perfect. We want to make sure that when you're looking at eBay completed sales, we want to make sure that you're looking at the base Topps. You don't want to look at traded. You don't want to look at Tiffany. Tiffany was a special product that they made it was kind of like the high-end product of the day, and it had like a glossy finish to it, and people love it. It was hard to come by, and that's why people love it. And so it prices a little bit different than your typical card. But that Will Clark, which is number 350 in the set, comes out, if it comes back a PSA 10, let's see here. I saw some of them. So I'm seeing that right now one just sold for $40. So if you send that in and get that that graded, and that comes back a 10, which I'm confident that will, looking at it. Now that's not a guarantee, so don't come after me, Matthew, if it's not. But I would get this graded and hold it for a couple of years, and that's eventually going to go through the roof. That's a gorgeous card. Nice hit, man. All right, Drayback with the Pirates. Oh, wait, Boggs for me. Yay. John Caruti with the Jays. Casey Kendall with the Expos. Greg Swindell with the Indians. A nice Ricky Henderson with the Yankees. You always forget about the fact that Henderson played for the Yankees because he was an A's superstar for so long. Cornelius with the Mariners. A nice-looking, well-centered Gary Carter. That's getting sleeved up because that may actually go in and get graded too. Hold on to your veteran players from the mid-'80s, early '90s, guys. That stuff is going to be fire soon, and the reason being is because a lot of the collectors from back then did not hold on to their cards, and even though there's a glut of them out there, it's starting to dry up, and eventually those kids who were growing up in '88 are going to be chasing this stuff. So hold on to that stuff. Get it graded. Get it slabbed. It's worth it. Mike Fitzgerald there with the Expos, Ernie Witt with the Blue Jays, and Dave Martinez with the Cubs. Holy cow, Matthew, that was huge. I'm so happy for you, man. All right, next up, I see a card that I absolutely want, and that's the Bang Brothers there of Canseco and McGuire. That looks well centered, good cornering, and that'll go in the PC. All right, we are 2 hours into a 2-box break. I gotta talk less and break more. All right. I didn't read off the names on the front, but I got excited by seeing the Bash Brothers there. All right, we got Gullickson of the Yankees, Hernandez with the Mets, Loudner with the Twins, Brunansky with the Twins, Coles with the Pirates, Smith with the Expos, Jacoby with the Indians, Gross with the Phillies, Downing with the Angels, Padres Crook, Cangelosi with the Pirates, Rice with the Red Sox, Gladden with the Twins, and Mike Scott with the Angels to round us out of the first part of the pack. There are Bash Brothers of McGuire and Canseco, and probably Juiced as well, but that's all right, whatever. Ward with the Blue Jays. I don't remember Frank Lucchese with the Cubs, but there he is as the manager. Bob Melvin there with the Giants, nice. All-Star Shane Rowley. Oh, there's a nice Canseco, a little off-centered. I'm going to PC, but not going into PSA. Aramis with the Angels, Bailey with the Indians, Kiefer with the Brewers, Powell with the Reds, Winfield again. He's not going to let me forget who he is. Winfield there's an all-star. Ortiz with the Pirates, Edwards with the Indians, Mel Hall with the Indians, future star Joey Meyer. We see a couple of these that have some kind of a film on them. I don't know what that's all about. Billy Williams there, captain of the Cubs, all-star. There we go. Christensen with the Mariners, another nice Gibson. Wallach with the Expos, Williams with the Mariners, Coleman with the Cardinals, another White Sox. Trammell with the Tigers, Winningham with the Expos, another White Sox, Greg Walker. Reds, Rob Murphy. Reardon with the Twins, Tim Burke with the Expos, Willie Wilson with the Royals, Steve Farr with the Royals, and Greg Gagne with the Twins. Next up, we have a Jack Clark, and that will, well, I think he's in a St. Louis uniform there, so we'll have to see what happens. Matuzik with the Dodgers, Brian Dayett with the Cubs, and then McGahee, Mahler, and Farnworth on the back. I wish whoever was in the chat would say hello. I know you're watching. Tell her about one of my children or somebody in the break. All right, we've got Dayett with the Cubs, Kruko with the Giants, so that'll go out to Matthew. Tanana with the Tigers, Hughes with the Phillies, Lonnie Smith again with the Royals, Tudor with the Cardinals, Backman with the Mets. I don't know why, but I did not like Backman at all. Not at all. Maybe it's just because I didn't like the Mets. Okay, so there is Brett. It might have been Brett. I think Brett's number was 5, but it was hard to tell from that angle whether that was George Brett on that card. Shelby with the Dodgers, Martinez with the Expos, Checklist, Garber with the Royals, Engel with the Expos, Horn with the Red Sox, Farnsworth with the Phillies, Mintusik with the Dodgers, Langston with the Mariners, Rodriguez with the Athletics, Humans with the Expos, Vanderberg with the Indians, skipped one, Jose De Leon there with the Sox, of course, Tony Gwynn, again, one of my guys from 83, Danny Cox, Barodson, Davis with the Reds, Trevino with the Dodgers, Fletcher with the Angels, Benedict with the Braves, Marlowe with the Braves, Clark with the St. Louis. What do we do in this situation? Nobody bought into St. Louis. You know what, Matthew? That's yours too. Morris with the Tigers, Her with the Cardinals, Incaglia with the Rangers, Key with the Blue Jays. That's about our 12th key. Presley with the Mariners, Shu with the Phillies, Randolph again. Also won't let me forget who he is. Clancy with the Blue Jays, Bradley with the Mariners. Whoopsie. Tukulev with the Phillies, Evans with the Tigers, Haven with the Orioles, Johnson, Hojo with the Mets. Although that looks different than the other Hojo card. I'll have to look at that later. Williams with the Blue Jays, and McGee rounding us out with the Cardinals. Give me just a minute to clean up this stack. Either lost our bot or our visitor. Not sure which it is. Drop down to one viewer again. Cards were starting to get a little bit dark there, and I realized why. My light turned. I will get that situation remedied immediately. All right, moving on to our next pack. We've got Ricky Henderson, Mike Aldretti, Rafael Ramirez on the front, Dave Stewart, Jose Nunez, and Manny Trio on the back. Obviously, it takes some time, even just going through and reading off the names and the players to crack through all of this. And I could speed it up and not read any of the names or tell any of the stories, but what fun is that, right? Okay, so we've got Henderson All-Star card. That's nice. Kionis Mariners. Carter, well centered there. Fitzgerald with the Expos. Witt with the Blue Jays. Dave Martinez with the Cubs. Whitson with the Padres. Doran with the Astros. Leonard with the Giants. Another Lee Smith. We've got Horton there, and I think that Jeffrey Leonard is actually grading out and selling pretty well too. And I'm not sure why. I have no idea. It's Jeffrey Leonard, for goodness sakes, but that's well centered, a little off top and bottom. Ricky Horton there with the Cardinals, Straka with the Twins, Groover with the Blue Jays, Walling with the Astros, Saberhagen with the Royals, Trio with the Cubs, Aldrete with the Giants, Hawkins with the Padres, Ken Griffey Sr. with the Braves, Sellers with the Sox, Parrish with the Phillies, Dwyer with the Orioles, Garrett's with the Giants, Braves leaders, Drew Hall with the Cubs, Robbie Wine, that would have been a fun card to play with, Robbie Wine with the Stros, Maldonado with the Giants, nice Mattingly, Maldonado almost made it into the base pile there. I caught it though, it's all good, Matthew. Mattingly with the Yankees, McClure with the Padres, Powell with the Mariners, Nunez with the Blue Jays, Ramirez with the Braves, Record Breakers Ryan. I forgot that card was in there. Well centered, sharp corners. Let's take a look at the back. One little print error right there, and I don't know if that will affect it or not. Oh, gorgeous card. And it's a little off center on the back. Something to remember, folks, is that when you're getting ready to grade a card, you don't only look at the back, you look at the front at the back as well, not just the front. Surface conditions on the back count, centering on the back counts, it all counts. Corners on the back count. You actually have 8 corners on a card. You have the 4 on the front, right? And then you have 4 on the back. You got to look at all the corners, you got to look at your centering. Make sure it's worth it, or you're going to come back with some PSA 6s, and you don't want those. All right, got excited there. Mario Soto with the Reds, Checklist, Pagliaro with the Yankees, McDowell with the Rangers, Wathan with the Royals, nice record breakers of Eddie Murray there, batting left and right. Forgot he was a switch hitter. Turning back the clock of Bloomberg, Alexander with the Tigers, Roger McDowell with the Mets, nice Kevin Mitchell there with the Giants for you, Matthew, Jose Aquino, and Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart never got enough hobby love. He was an awesome pitcher, got into some trouble, but really a great player. And just doesn't get enough love in the hobby. And I know there's reasons. I understand that. But what are you going to do? You know, that was a phenomenal pitcher. All right. Oh, forgot to tell you who was on the front. Eric Davis, Tom Pagnozzi, Stan the Man Musial, Mark Knudsen, and Rick Roden. So we'll start off this stack with Stan the Man. We got a record breaker, Phil Niekro and Joe Niekro there. Never understood the Niekro brothers. I don't know why. Al Nipper with the Red Sox, Perez with the Expos, Pena with the Dodgers, Conway with the Cardinals, Royce with the Angels, Anderson with the Dodgers, Wilson with the Phillies, Lawless with the Cardinals. Nice Tommy Lasorda. I have a personally autographed photo of his to me, which I love. Denny Heap with the Dodgers, Patterson with the Pirates, Roden with the Yankees, Pagnosi with the Cardinals, Phillies there, Dalton. We got Carrera with the Rangers, another White Sox card. Let's see if Chris pays up or not. Virgil with the Braves, Comstock with the Padres, Mariners card of Moses, Brooke Beck of the Brewers there, Martinez with the Padres, Samuel with the Phillies, Phillips with the Athletics, Jones with the Indians, Bergman with the Tigers, Knutson with the Brewers. Eric Davis also doesn't get a lot of hobby love. That's starting to come around now that he's got some inserts and some newer product, but it's never gotten what he deserves. Nice Eddie Murray. Unfortunately, that top corner, I don't know if you can see it, slightly dinged. None of my own doing there. Came out of the pack that way. Neil Heaton of the Expos, Castillo of the Brewers, Oberkfell of the Braves, Barrett with the Expos, Rinaldi again with the Red Sox, Schramm with the Indians. Oh, yes! Yes, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Oh, you know what? I got Will Clark confused with Jack Clark. Duh, no wonder he's in a Cardinals uniform. All right, we'll pull that one out of there for you, Matthew. But you got a second Will Clark, man. Look at this. It's a little off on the left. It's a little thicker on the left, but it's a hair. I can't imagine centering dinging you there. And again, no print marks on the back. Maybe one little thing there. Maybe. I don't want to mess with it too much. But, oh, wow. Look at that. 2 in 1 rack box. Nice, man. Nice. Keep that fire lamp lit. Awesome. So happy for you, man. Seriously. That is a great pull. 2 of those in 1 box. Get these graded. Seriously. Sell one, keep the other for yourself. That is nuts. All right, I need another Nolan Ryan, and I got to get a Glavin out of here. Draybeck with the Pirates. Another great box card going to the PC. Coretti with the Jays. Caminetti with the Expos. Swindell with the Indians, and another nice Ricky Henderson there with the Yankees. I'm going to go take a peek. Nope. Still having hard work from Chris. We'll see. We'll see if he finishes buying the thing. You don't usually watch a break and then pay for it. But we'll see if he's got a good excuse. Sometimes it happens. Happens to the best of us, and I'm a kind soul. And I forgot to mention who was on the front of these cards. Sid Bream, obviously, on the front of this pack, and we got Devin White on the back. Alrighty. Got an offer on a Panini Prism Draft Picks Pink Pulsar Stained Glass of Marino. I'll have to look at that soon. But getting back to the stream. Okay, we've got Bales with the Indians, Kiefer with the Brewers, Powers with the Reds, and another Winfield, my goodness. Ortiz with the Pirates, Doc Edwards with the Indians, Mel Hall with the Indians, another Meyer with the Brewers, James with the Braves, another nice box there for the PC, 88 checklist, Wagner with the Angels, Mike Marshall with the Dodgers, Tom Nito with the Twins, Palmer with the Braves, Jim Hunter, Catfish. There it is. There it is. Ooh, 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 ooh. Getting a little excited. There's the bonds. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's the bonds. All right. That'll at least so. Hopefully it'll come back great and be okay, but it looks like that top corner might not be the greatest. Can you see it? You see that top corner right there? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. There it is, right there. It might be fixable. We might be able to work some magic on that before sending it in. Surface is a little weak too. It just doesn't look heavily printed. But it is a bonds. Nice bonds. Technically a second or third year bonds. But these still grade out really nice. Nothing wrong on the back. And if they grade out decent, they can come back solid. Now, the centering is a little bit off top and bottom. It's a little thicker on the top than it is on the bottom, and that might keep me from sending it in. But still cool to pull one. McGrain, Quisenberry, another sidearm pitcher, one of my favorites there as well. Almost a submarine pitcher, and I really like that. Thomas with the Braves. Ooh, Ooh, well centered Cal Ripken. Might have a little print defect right up here in the E. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. It's hard to tell. That might keep it from going in, but still worth sleeving up. Nice card to have in the collection. Awesome. There's the brewer I was trying to remember before, Robin Yount. And like I promised I would do, slap myself in the head, because I certainly know who Robin Yount is. But there you go, Hall of Famer, right there. Robin Yount, one of my favorite players of all time. I always thought it was cool, and the guy's name was Robin. Alrighty, put that in the PC. Tim Williams with the Expos, very big base order. Donnie Hill with the White Sox, Gertie with the Yankees, Darwin with the Stros, Steve Sachs with the Dodgers, Johnson with the Expos, the Crime Dog, Fred McGriff with the Jays there, Ray Knight with the Orioles. Starting to pick up some shadow there. Franco with the Indians, Sid Bream with the Pirates. He always looked like a pirate to me. Look at that face. Tell me that face does not belong on a pirate ship. Howell with the Angels, Jones with the Reds, Havens with the Dodgers, Gillickson with the Yankees, Hernandez again with the Mets, Negro with the Twins, Brown with the Rangers, Reynolds with the Pirates, Smith with the Expos, St. Clair with the Expos, Minton with the Angels, Twins Larkin, and Devin White with the Angels. I think the Devin Whites are actually grading out okay too, but I've got to look into that and check it out. And I do apologize if some of the cards are not in focus all the time. I have not quite gotten this down yet. It might be my background that's causing the problem with the autofocus. So it's not always that they're in the sharpest of condition. Don't mind me, I'm just sorting the base stack here. And this break is taking a little bit longer than the last one. We're already an hour and 20 minutes into it, but we've got a lot more cards to deal with. I mean, we're talking about 43 cards per rack pack and 36 packs. So I think there's 36 packs in a box. I can't remember now. But a lot of packs in the box. And we've been going as fast as we can through it and only stopping when we see something really cool, right? All right. Moving on here. All right. On the front of our next pack, we've got Winfield, Gwynn, and Bonilla. On the back, we've got Quinones, Armas, and a checklist. All right, here we go. So first up, we got Bonilla with the Pirates. We've got record breakers, Mattingly there. Another Dave Stewart. Brian Dayett with the Cubs. Don't know who that is. Bill Buckner. Oh, God. Bill Buckner. Blew it for the Cubs. Blew it for the Red Sox. Yuck. McLemore of the Angels. Lombardi with the Yankees. Gooden All-Star. Tudor Cardinals. Bachman Mets. Herbeck Twins. Brown Padres. Martinez Expos. Checklist. Tony Gwynn All-Star. Cox Cardinals. Bird Rosen All-Star. Reds Davis. Trevino Dodgers. Fletcher Rangers. Benedict Braves. Mallor Braves. Another Bash Bros. Dwayne Ward. Lucchesi Cubs. Melvin Giants. Raleigh All-Star. Another nice Canseco. Armas Angels. What do we got here? We got Winfield All-Star. Burke Expos. Wilson Royals. Farr Royals. Gagne Twins. Oh, Cal Ripken Sr. Look at that. That's cool. Isaki Reds. Len Dykstra Mets. Ooh, a nice, well-centered Bo. Check that out. I know Bo's rookie was 86. I get it, but wow. Couple of little print dings up there, but nice card nonetheless. But Butera Twins, another Puckett Twins, Deer Brewers, Higuera Brewers, Descendants Angels, Parrish Rangers, and Quinones Cubs. We'll sleeve that Jackson up real quick. If you are not a bot, please leave a like so I know that you're a real person, and subscribe. Those things make me happy. I'm trying to build this channel so we can have some fun and break some wax and have some conversations about the hobby. But to sit here and talk to myself for 2.5 hours, it gave me something to do today. But I have other things I could be doing too. So I'd rather spend them with people who enjoy the hobby as much as I do and break some cheap boxes. These weren't very expensive. These were very cheap. Like, I don't know. I think that this box was probably about $30. The hockey box was probably 16 shipped. We got Turn Back the Clock Gibson, Storm Davis Athletics, Roden Yankees, Ramirez Braves, Nobara Indians, Candelaria Mets, Pagelario Yankees, Mac Padres, Henderson Athletics, O'Leary with the Dodgers, Alfred Ackerfield with the Indians, Alexander with the Tigers, Mets McDowell. We've got Braves leaders, Drew Hall there with the Cubs, Robbie Wine. Oh, another Maldonado. My goodness, why am I saying Canada anything? Maldonado there, nice all-star of Mattingly. McCullers, Padres. Powell, Mariners. Nunez, Blues. Matuzik, Dodgers. Langston, Mariners. Rodriguez, Athletics. Humans, Expos. Vanderbilt, Indians. Another White Sox, De Leon, which may be staying with me. Dawson, all-star there with the Cubs. Hawk. Reynolds with the Mariners. Ramos with the Mariners. Ozzie Smith. We haven't seen Ozzie Smith yet. There's the brother there of the Smith Bros. Calhoun of the Phillies. Brumley for the Giants. I don't think we'd seen one of those yet from Matthew. DeShanes with the Astros. Wallach with the Expos. Williams with the Mariners. Coleman with the Cardinals. Another White Sox and Hewlett. Another Tiger and Trammell. Winningham with the Expos. Walker with the White Sox. Murphy with the Reds. And Reardon with the Twins. Let me clean up our base stack here. And we have, I believe, 4 or 5 packs left here, guys and gals. I appreciate you sticking with me, keeping me company, so to speak. Wish you'd have popped into the chat, but what are you going to do? Let's see what we have left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holy cow, that's a lot of wax left. All right, we're going to bring the Hulk up. We're going to try and bust some wax and find some cello and find some bangers in here, all right? We're going to finish this off with a bang. We've got a Sandberg, All-Star, Aguilera, Wilkinson, Barrett, Tufo, and Liriano. If I talk too much, leave a comment. If I don't talk enough, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. All important things. All right, here we go. Wilkinson, Mariners, Ashby, Astros, Stone, Phillies, Dunston again with the Cubs, Henderson with the Giants, Phillies leaders. We've got Nixon with the Mariners, Hesketh with the Expos, Randolph again with the All-Star, Jones with the Pirates, Nepper with the Astros team leaders, Mahorek with the Rangers, Liriano with the Blue Jays, Aguilera with the Mets, another White Sox in Bob James, Mariners, Steve Shields, Jay Bell with the Indians, Pat Pasilo with the Reds, Joe Price with the Giants, for Matthew, Dennis Boyd with the Red Sox, Mark Sullivan with the Red Sox, Billy Bean with the Tigers, Jimmy Jones with the Padres, Bach with the Padres, Tony La Russa, man who has passed out behind the wheel more times than should be allowed, and yet still continues to be a manager in the MLB. What is wrong with us? Mitchell with the Mets, Henderson with the Twins, Tufel with the Mets, Sandberg, PC, All-Star, Bradley with the Mariners, O'Brien with the Rangers, Bass again with the Astros, Icon with the Blue Jays, Terrell with the Tigers, Black with the Royals, Terry Pendleton there with the Cardinals, Pascal with the Yankees, Stubbs with the Dodgers, McGregor with the Orioles, Moyer with the Cubs, Banda with the Indians, Gossage with the Padres. Haven't seen a Gossage yet. The Goose. The Goose is loose, ladies and gentlemen. The Goose is loose. Philly with the Expos, and Red Sox, Marty Barrett. We're just going to fly through these last 5 packs. I'm starting to lose my voice, and there's one person in the viewing audience who is sticking with me, and I do appreciate that oh so very much, because if I'm just staring at myself in this, I feel very lonely. All right, next pack, we've got Willie Randolph, All-Star, Royals, Thurman, Robinson, Reds. On the back, we have our Cubs team leaders again, Orozco and Snyder. Still haven't found that elusive Glavine. We don't have many packs left. Let's see if we can get it in there. I'd love to get another Ryan out of here. Love to get another Clark for our friend Matthew. Oh, got Steve Henderson that snuck away there. All right. Here we go. We've got Robinson with the Reds, Viola with the Twins, Nosi with the Cubs, Furman with the Pirates, Boone with the Angels, Hall with the Braves, Stanley with the Red Sox, Hinzo with the Indians, Russell with the Rangers, Royals leaders, that is Brett, I knew it was, Bry Levin with the Twins, Franco with the Reds, Jones with the Royals, Cubs leaders, and I think that's Manny. Dave Martinez. I think that's who that is, Dave Martinez. Thurman with the Royals, Dave Clark with the Indians, Herzog with the Cardinals, Johnson with the Astros, Hamilton with the Dodgers, Fielder with the Blue Jays, Dedman, who I keep getting confused with the one that we're looking for from the Braves, Lloyd McClendon with the Reds, Johnson with the Mets, Rio with the Athletics, Balboni with the Royals. This guy actually signed through the mail. I did a lot of through the mail signing back in the early 2000s and had a great deal of success using a site called Star Tiger. To get the addresses, and guys just love to sign through the mail. You just got to get the right ones. Yet with the Indians, Sheridan with the Tigers. I don't know how well these would take a signature, though. They're kind of dark. Orozco with the Mets, Randolph All-Star, Ripken. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. We got another good Ripken here. A little off-center, top and bottom. No print problems on the back. Throw that into a sleeve, and we will examine that later. Like much later. Like over the weekend later. All right. Come on, get in there. Okie dokie. Yount with the Brewers. Reeves with the Expos. Hill with the White Sox. Gertie with the Yankees. Darwin with the Astros. I keep hoping that's Orion. Steve Sachs with the Dodgers. Johnson with the Expos. McGriff the Crime Dog again. Orioles Knight. Indians Franco. Twins Smithson. Cardinals lineman, Brewer Surhoff, and a Corey Snyder rounding us out of that pack. Please do leave a like if you are not a bot, so I know that you're a human. That would be nice. I'd love to have a comment in the chat as well. Don't know who's out there watching. It might be somebody from one of the group break sites that I'm a part of, because I've been talking about doing this for a while. They might just be curious what the heck I was doing. We had Boggs All-Star, Deion James Braves, and a Jeff Robinson Pirates. We've got a Rob Ducey, a Juan Neves, and an Andres Thomas. Still looking for that elusive Glavine. I just want one. I want one Glavine. It's not too much to ask. Not too much to ask. Out of all these cards, we can't find one Town Glavine. That seems crazy to me. Crazy. And only one Bonds in here, too. We've gotten like 700 Dave Bloomfields. Alrighty. We've got Robinson with the Pirates. Benitez with the Blue Jays. Carter with the Indians. Johnson with the Blue Jays. Morrison with the Tigers. Hatcher with the Dodgers. Our future star Campbell. Never heard of him again after that. Kerfield with the Astros. Moore with the Angels. Madigan with the Mets. Phelps with the Mariners. And the Angels sing, well-centered, top and bottom, left and right, and no blemishes on the back. That is a 10 all the way. Send this in to PSA. Yes, 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 yes. Because Nolan Ryan cards are on fire right now, especially in a PSA 10, especially in an Astros uniform for whatever reason. And oh my gosh, I am so thrilled to have a second Ryan out of this. So thrilled. I'd rather have the Ryans than the Glavins, even though it's way into his career at this point. But oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I can barely put this in a penny sleeve. Come on now. Little pro tip, sometimes if the penny sleeve won't let you load it, you can kind of blow on one of the sides and get an air gap to get it in there, but I was able to do it that time. Holy cannolis, I'm so excited. Yay! Ah, heavens opened and there's a Dave Dravecki for Matthew. Awesome! All right. Ducey, the Blue Jays, James the Braves, another Boggs, that goes into the PC as well. 88 checklist. Wagner with the Angels. Marshall with the Dodgers. I think that's about the 30th Marshall we've seen. Nito with the Twins. Palmer with the Braves. Pandrujic with the Astros. Another White Sox card for our non-paying person. McCaskill with the Angels. Parker with the Reds. Hart with the Orioles. Show with the Padres. I always thought that was a cool name to have. Being up in the big show with a name like Show. Ford with the Cardinals, Neves with the Brewers, another Boggs for the personal. There's another one of those seniors. Asaki with the Reds, Dykstra with the Mets, another Bo. We got another Bo setting. Bo knows. Bo knows. Everybody remembers the Bo knows commercials from the 90s. There we go. Perfectly clean on the back, well centered on the front. Well, maybe a little off top and bottom. Not too bad, though. Butera, Twins, another Puckett. Deer, Brewers, Hagura, Brewers, Descenses. You notice that there's like a pattern here. We saw that collation before where it went Deer, Hagura, and Descenses. I don't know if it went to Parrish. Oh, yes. Yes! Centering's off, top to bottom, but another Bonds. Another Bonds. So the big three that I was looking for were Glavine, Bonds. I would have been looking for Clark if it hadn't been purchased, and obviously Nolan Ryan. McGrain, Quisenberry, and Andres Thomas there with the Braves. 3 packs left to find the Glavine. Can we do it? Can we do it? I hope so. I hope so. I'd really like to get one of them. I really would. I really would. I'm not a fan of Glavine, but sending that into PSA, getting it graded, and paying for the box with it would be nice. All right. Come on, Hulk. Come on, Hulk. Bring us some goodness. All right. We got Ozzie Smith, Ray Siraj, Kirby Puckett, Cleveland Indians team, Crawford, and Seitzer. I'd love to be done with this break by 3 o'clock, so I saw us in daylight, because I got a lot of wallpaper glue to clean up. All right. All right, we've got a Kirby Puckett. We've got a Braves sitter, a Nolte Padres, Tigers leaders, Bobby Witt with the Rangers, Gott with the Pirates, Moore with the Mariners, Expos team card, not sure. Henry Rangers, Kuzbecka Royals, Brantley Mariners, Gordon Indians, Al Padrique Pirates, Indians leaders, another White Sox, Cole Astros, Perry Braves, Cardinals Forsh, another White Sox Davis, Red Sox Zambito, Ojeda with the Mets, Adley Hamaker. There's the first Adley. Yay! Awesome. Great for Matthew. We've got a Larry Anderson with the Stros, a Pete Rose manager card. That's kind of nice, well centered. Who knows what's going on with Charlie here? It's unfortunate that he had his issues. He was betting on the game, and he'll probably keep him out of the Hall of Fame. And now he's got product out there because he can't really sign in Topps or in other products. We don't see a lot of Pete Rose out there. So he's got his own, I think it's his own product that came out from one of those companies at Target and Walmart. And they're blaster boxes with a guaranteed Pete Rose auto in it. So if you really want a Pete Rose auto, you can get one for less than $20. Troublehorn with the Brewers, Sisk with the Mets, Boa with the Padres. I've forgotten that Boa was a manager for the Padres. I remember Boa coming over from the Phillies in '84 to the Cubs. Wilkinson with the Rangers, Crawford with the Red Sox, Smith there the All-Star card, Manny Lee with the Blue Jays, Eric Bell with the Orioles, Glenn Bragg with the Brewers, Rangers, Mitch Williams, Wild Thing, another Caminetti with the Astros. I don't know how well these are doing. This is like the key rookie from the set, but I don't think these are grading out very well, and they're not selling very well. Let's see here real quick. I can tell you in a minute. Caminetti. 64. Oops. Buy it now is, decent for his rookie card. But let's see here. Where are my solds? Whoopsie. So just be a minute, folks. There we go. Sold items. Obviously, the Tiffany will be worth more. Go highest first. Yeah, so PSA 10 is selling for $26 right now. So if you send that in, $10 to get it graded, you'll profit to 16. So it's not horrible. But Molitor, Brewers, Young Athletics, Hubbard Braves, Gutterman Mariners, Law Expos, Leach Blue Jays, Henneman Tigers, Evans Red Sox. I think that's the first Evans we've seen. Samuel Phillies, and a Kevin Seitzer All-Star rookie there. What is that? Topps All-Star rookie. And it's definitely not his rookie season. So it's got to be something with the first year he was an All-Star. Alrighty. All right, let's see here. We're going to put one of these up there for my man Matthew and see if we can get one more. And I'm going to put something up there for me too. Why not? Why not? Let's put up where did the card that I really want to get graded go? It's not the Bonds. It's not the Jackson. It's not Ripken. It's this Ryan. We're going to put that up around all the Red Wings there. Up in our fire. All right. This worked for us last time. Let's do it again. Come on now. We got 3 packs left. This one's got McNamara, Grant, and Dawson on the front. We've got Dodgers team, Mariano Duncan, and Greenwell on the back. All right, so there's our Dawson All-Star. Al Leiter with the Yankees. Another one of the wrong rookies. Gene Mauch of the Angels. Our giant stack was getting a little messy there for Matthew. He's got so many cards. Arnsberg there with the Yankees. Frazier with the Twins. Mariners leaders. Santiago with the Padres. Gaderet with the Athletics. Baylor with the Twins. Rasmussen with the Reds. Beaver with, I keep thinking that's Glamour. It's Beaver with the Braves. Brewers leaders. Don Schultz with the Mets. Lasorda again. Grant with the Padres. Steele with the Padres. Mark Weil with the Angels. Sutton with the Angels. Pulio with the Braves. Carmen with the Phillies. Fielder with the Brewers. Jackson with the Phillies. Gagliago with the Athletics. There's a Lefferts for the Giants there for Matthew. Paul O'Neill with the Reds. Smiley with the Pirates. Kittle with the Yankees. He was a big-time White Sox for a number of years and still is around. Signs a lot of balls for people. Signs a lot in the Chicagoland area, actually. Ozzie Smith, All-Star. Duncan Dodgers. Maybe a rookie. That might be a rookie. Interesting pink there, too. Wow. That might be a misprint. That might be a misprint. Because the Dodgers cards are blue. Oh, that could be a good card. See, these are the kinds of things you got to look for when you're looking at old stock. Duncan 481. Let's take a quick peek. No, it looks like it's just pink. That's interesting. I thought the Dodgers cards that we'd seen along the way had been blue. Huh. Anyway, we're still going to put that aside because I want to do some more investigative work into that. There's the McNamara that we saw as the manager for the American League All-Stars. Guzman for the Rangers. Barfield for the Blue Jays. Another White Sox. Register. Meacham with the Yankees. Valenzuela with the Dodgers. I guess they were pink. Webster with the Expos. Washington with the Yankees. Tolleson with the Yankees. Aren't we chasing it, Tolleson now? No, it's Torkelson. Angels, Schofield. Phillies, Aguero. There's a Jack Clark. Silly me. A Boddicker, Orioles. Oral Hershiser, Dodgers. Jerry Don Clayton with the Royals. And a Mike Greenwell, All-Star rookie. 2 packs left. Come on, Glavin, where are you? We got Scott. We got Wallach. We got a Heap. We got a Brett. We got Uribe. And we got Gedman. All right, Heap with the Dodgers. Patterson with the Pirates. Niederfer with the Orioles. Mitchell with the Giants. Oh! Another record breaker. Nolan. Centering is a little poor top to bottom. Almost perfect left to right. No print mark. Oh, one print mark on the back and kind of a weak corner, but still worth sleeving. All right, Soto, Reds. Billy Ripken, Orioles. Wow, haven't seen that one yet. Kirkhow with the Giants. Tanana with the Tigers. Wayan with the Royals. Another Eddie Murray record breakers. Bloomberg turned back the clock. Bernard with the Athletics. Brett with the Royals. Wallach with the All-Star card there. Steinbach with the Athletics. Yankees Hudson. Blue Jays Bell. Atherton Twins. Mets Fernandez. Jose Lind. Pirates. Interesting. Put that aside and research that one a little bit. Alfredo Griffin Athletics. Creedy with the White Sox. Murphy with the Athletics. Farrell with the Indians. Tibbs with the Expos. Jack Clark All-Star. Jose Uribe with the Giants. Got a little bit of an imperfection there on the print, but that's all right. Scott All-Star. Expos Serba. Oh, a nice Dale Murphy. I think that's the first one of those we've seen. And a Mattingly. Nice. Back-to-back Hall of Famers there. Kinnery with the Mariners. Daly with the Cardinals. Whitaker. I always liked watching Sweet Lou play with the Tigers. Strawberry. I always liked Strawberry, too, until we found out about some of his personal habits. Mullikins with the Jays. Brooklyn with the Tigers. Bedrosian with the Phillies. Lee Lacy of the Orioles. Von Hayes of the Phillies. Francona with the Reds. Another nice Benito Santiago. And a Girdman with the Red Sox. I want to look at that Santiago, too, because I want to say that that's a rookie as well. It's kind of tricky with these cards because you never can tell what they consider the rookie and if it's a trade rookie and so on and so forth. 693 is the card number. Come on. Now, they don't consider it as rookie card. So it's amazing how some of them they consider to be the rookie, even though they have, 2 years on their 2 years on a roster somewhere, and some of them they don't. I don't know. Last pack mojo. We got a nice Mattingly All-Star on the front. John Moses, and team leaders for the Orioles, as well as a Sammy Stewart, a Scott Garlitz, and a Steve Lake. So those are some names that we haven't seen yet. Hoping for that Glavin. Come on. Last pack mojo. Always so important. Always so important. All right, here we go. Orioles leaders. Ripken and Murray. Dodgers, Guerrero. Reigns, All-Star. Orioles, Dixon. Mets, Allman. Yankees, Tommy John, famous for his surgery. Angels leaders. Expos, Perez. Record breakers, Vince Coleman. Turn back the clock, Nolan Ryan. Look at that. That is a cool card. Now, the reason that I say that's a cool card is because it's not turning back the clock that far. This is only 4 years back from that, or 5 years back from the 88 set, because this is this 83 card. And this was the year that I really started collecting, so that holds a special place in my heart. I love it. I love it. All righty, cool. Slide that in there. We got a Jim Baller with the Cubs. So there's hope for a Glavin, because we haven't seen Matt Ryan and not this Baller yet. Dave Anderson with the Dodgers. Glenn Wilson with the Phillies. I'm slow rolling this last pack a little bit. Trevor with the Orioles. Sammy Stewart with the Indians. Moses with the Mariners. Brickbeck with the Brewers. Carmelo Martinez with the Padres. Samuel with the Phillies. Phillips with the Athletics. Jones with the Indians. Bregman with the Tigers. Knutson with the Brewers. Another giant for you there, Matthew. Mike Aldretti. Andy Hawkins with the Padres. Braves, Ken Griffey Sr. Red Sox, Jeff Sellers. Lance Parrish with the Phillies. Jim Dwyer with the Orioles. Another giant, Scott Garlitz. You're getting some last pack mojo here, Matthew. There's our Don Mattingly All-Star. Moose Haas with the Athletics. Cal Daniels with the Reds. Mike Stanley with the Rangers. Darryl Miller with the Angels. Gary Gaetti with the Twins. Another White Sox. Cardinals, Todd Worrell. Mike Mason with the Cubs. Dave Schmidt with the Orioles. Gary Roenick with the Braves. Dan Presek with the Brewers. Joel McKinnon with the White Sox. Chris James with the Phillies. And Steve Lake with the Cardinals. I was bummed when Steve Lake left, too, because he was a great Cubs catcher. Oh, well, we didn't get the Glavin. A little disappointed. But I can't complain. We hit some big stuff in here. And it's not massive by any stretch of the imagination. Not by any stretch of the imagination is the stuff that we hit huge. But graded, it will pay for the box and then some. I'm going to pick out some of my favorites from my personal stack. Then we'll go through Matthew's stack. And we'll see what we got here. I'm going to put that one in there. Kind of like the Rose. Caminetti. Definitely the Bonds. Welcome to the inside of my brain, ladies and gentlemen. Sandberg for sure. Lots of Cubs cards in there. We'll wrap this up in just a minute, folks. I know you've been hanging out with me all afternoon, and I do appreciate it. I really do. It's been kind of an interesting Christmas Eve for me, and I hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying time with friends and family, because that's what the holiday season is all about. I can't wait to be with my family tomorrow and spend some time with them. And yeah, so hope we're having a good holiday season and enjoying things. Almost got my pile sorted out. Probably put 100 cards in my stack. That's why it's taking a minute. It's taking a hot minute to go through my stack, but that's okay. It's okay. There's that Ryan. And who knows? I may have actually missed a big card in here. So I'll sort through it again. I'll certainly check for any Giants. I'll try to search for any White Sox, although I won't spend too much time because we're still waiting on payment. All right, so here's my stack of goodies that I appreciated and enjoyed from this break. All right, we got the Nolan Ryan record breakers. Okay. I like the Outlier card. I think this has potential down the road. Definitely the record breakers, McGuire. That is hot. Another Nolan Ryan. McGuire, I think that's a second-year All-Star rookie card. Gary Carter, Canseco, the Bash Brothers, Ripken, Bonds, of course, Jackson. Caminetti's got some upside. Rose, just because it's Rose. Later, that nice Nolan Ryan. Got to research the Lind. That Nolan Ryan, Bo Jackson, Boggs, Bonds, Yount, just because it's Yount. Ripken, Devin White, I have to look into a little bit. I think if he grades well, I think he's selling like hotcakes. Bonilla, and again, Bash Brothers and Canseco. So that was my stack of goodies that I took out of this. I wish I hadn't taken so much. I wish we'd have more people in the break. Tell your friends about us. We do have fun here. Do enjoy ripping the wax and sharing it with everyone. Oh, we got a third viewer. Yay. Awesome. Welcome. We just finished the break. If you are just tuning in, you can always rewind. Go back and observe the fun and games that happened during the last 3 hours or so. We do have a ton of White Sox cards, even though we didn't get anybody to pay for them yet. We'll see if Chris comes through. I'll give him the benefit of the holidays, or her. It could be a her with the name of Chris. I'll give them the benefit of the holidays, and if they come through and pay today, they'll be able to retain their spot. Or if they have a good excuse, they'll be able to retain their spot. I'm not going to be the Grinch, but we've got a stack of goodies. Look at all these White Sox cards that came out of this. Jerry Harrison, Ivan Calderon, Bill Long, Steve Lyons, Richard Dotson, Fred Mancrury, Pat Creedy. Probably had the whole team here. Gary Reedus, Joel Davis, Ray Siraj, Bill Long, Donnie Hill, Bob James, Greg Walker, Tim Toulette, Jose De Leon, Dante Hill. I'm not seeing a lot of duplication either. Darryl Boston, Jose De Leon, Greg Walker. There's our first Tim Hewlett, second Tim Hewlett. Bobby Thigpen, Karkovice, Fregosi, Bannister, Boston, another Harrison, the leaders, Williams, Wynn, LaPointe, Dotson, and Lyons. Ton of cards there. And the buy-in wasn't that expensive. I think it was unpaid so far. And let me see how much they didn't pay for. Now eBay wants me to sign in again. Come on. All right. $1.99 plus $5.50 shipping. And the shipping costs are, I keep the shipping costs are high on my auctions, but that's only because I keep my buy-ins so low. $1.99 for that stack of White Sox cards, that you wouldn't find that anywhere. Pack fresh White Sox cards that you know are being taken care of. That's crazy not to pay for an auction. Now the $5.50 I ship in a bubble mailer, as well as team bags and top loader, what I call top loader sandwiches, to make sure everything is secure with tracking, and that alone is going to cost between $4 and $5. Once you add up all the stuff that has to go into it, the penny sleeves and the team bags and the top loaders and the bubble mailer and the $4 for shipping itself. And I charge a little bit of a handling fee just to make sure I take care of the stuff and it gets to you in one piece. So I don't charge an arm and a leg for the brakes. You can get into the vintage brakes very cheaply, very cheaply. And hopefully you tell your friends about us and come and visit us again. Well, let's take a quick look at the stack that we have here we're going to pull that Jack Clark because he doesn't belong in your stack, Matthew. Sorry about that. If you really want the Jack Clark, send me a message. We'll make sure it gets to you, okay? But do it before next Monday because I'm going to probably ship on Monday next week. Maybe even Saturday. We'll see. I've got to kind of book Saturday. Normally my ship days are Wednesday and Friday, just for everybody to know. But here's what we got. Of course, we've got the Will Clark up here. Nice Will Clark. I'm jealous of this card. I'm jealous of this card, Matthew. We got the Mike Kirko, the Rick Ruschel, the Eddie Milner, the Jeffrey Leonard, the Dave Henderson, the Chris Spire, the Harry Spillman, the Giants checklist, or Giants leaders card, sorry, Joe Price, Harry Spillman, Chris Spire, you got some duplication in here, Scott Garlitz, Mike Aldretti, Jose Uribe, Kirko, Kevin Mitchell, Craig Lefferts, Adley Hamaker, also jealous of this card. I loved his 83 cards. Dave Dravecki, Joe Price, Bob Brunley, Candy Maldonado, Bob Blevin, Kevin Mitchell, Candy Maldonado again, Scott Garlitz, Mike Andretti, Jeffrey Leonard, Bob Melvin, and Will Clark. So we start with Will, end with Will. Two big cards there. Those are really nice. Really nice. Get those graded. I'm serious. I'll make sure that those get top loaded for you. Get them in a card saver and get them off to PSA. This time next year, those cards are going to blow up. I don't know what the pop is on PSA 10s, but trust me on that. Will Clark is gonna be not a contender, but a player in the baseball card market for the next couple of years. I don't know why. He's finally getting some hobby love, and it's a good thing. All right, that is it for our breaks today, ladies and gentlemen. We did our box of 1990-91 hockey right there. That is empty and done and dusted, and got a lot of great cards for Anthony O. So we'll put that aside for right now. And we did our 88 break just now. Took a little under 2 hours to go through all those rack packs. That was a lot of rack packs and a lot of ripping to do in a short period of time. But a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun going down memory lane. I hope you enjoyed it as well. It's more fun when people participate in the chat. Let's get this built. Let's get this community built, this vintage sports hut community. Welcome to the hut if it's the first time you've been here. And we'll do this again. I have some interesting product that's sitting in the closet, ready to break. I've got a box of 92 Upper Deck football that I can put up. I've got some 90-91 hoops that I can certainly put up. And I've got some other stuff coming. I've got a first off the line football box from 2020 that I'm holding on to for Super Bowl weekend. That will not be $1.99 to get in on a team. I guarantee you that. And the rules may be a little bit different as far as getting 5 cards per team, but we'll see. We'll see how we play that. But I appreciate you joining me today. I've got a little cleaning up to do here and a lot of cleaning up to do downstairs after painting a number of walls this week in preparation for the holidays, and a lot of wallpaper and glue and stuff to clean up. So until next time, keep ripping the wax. Keep ripping the wax. It's raining wax. And Solo, keep ripping the wax. That's my cringy tagline that my children hate. But seriously, thanks for joining me. And until next time, be safe out there. Treat each other with kindness. Okay, this hobby is about being a part of something and a community, and we can't be mean to each other. All right. So let's make sure we continue to do that and build a community that allows our hobby to flourish. And hopefully we'll be able to find some retail out there at some point soon. All right, I'm going to turn off the fire lamp. Y'all have a wonderful holiday season. Take care.